It's Friday, February 13th.
Teacher, can you, Mr. Noronha, can you build a little trailer? And yes, I'll put a little. Sorry.
We're learning more about the victims killed in Tuesday's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC.
So that gives us the opportunity to spend more time with proactive initiatives.
Saskatchewan Marshals Service looking for new recruits. A Saskatchewan a cappella group looking to spread some love this Valentine's Day. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Kayleen. Good morning and happy Friday.
Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious?
I am a little superstitious.
Are
you?
Superstitious?
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little. I don't know. Just maybe in sports things I am a little bit. I always get my hockey gear on left to right. I don't know why I've always done that.
Yeah, no. I have a lot. I actually have a long laundry list of my superstitions. So.
Spent a long time yesterday filling out Valentines for every kid in daycare.
Oh, you're doing that? I'm skipping
Mateo
the daycare Valentine's Days.
Mateo writing his own name. And it's all, and it looks like, I should show you. I'll take a picture of one of them. I'll show it to you next hour. But it's like M-A-T-T-E, and then the O is just this little tiny dot in the bottom.
You put in more effort this year than I did.
You've got Play-Doh, man. Okay, I got to dial my stuff back. Let's get to news. It starts with heartbreak. The news is sad, okay? Let's get to this. The heartbreak is unbearable as we learn more about the victims in Tumbler Ridge mass shooting. Some of the students and teachers who survived are now sharing their stories.
I was confused and scared. It went off a few more times, and then my teacher realized what was happening, and we had to hide behind her desk.
13-year-old Dennis Mian talks about the moments he heard gunshots. He says he's still trying to make sense of it all and is feeling lost.
There was a real situation, and my goal at the time was, I have these 15 kids to get out of here. I want these 15 kids to be safe.
Jarvis Noronha was teaching mechanics when a student told him shots had been fired. He says his protective instincts then kicked in. He's now mourning the students who were killed. Students, he says, he taught just an hour before the shooting. The Saskatchewan Marshals Service is looking for more recruits this morning. The new provincial police force has launched an advertising campaign to attract officers interested in building the organization from the ground up. Wayne Mantika reports.
It's not often that there's an opportunity to be a founding member of a police force. Jesse Barlow has taken on the challenge.
It's a very unique opportunity. I don't think police in Canada get the opportunity very often to help come in at the ground level and help build an organization, and to be part of that influence of decision making and trying to create a police service that is unique.
The Saskatchewan Marshals Service was announced in 2022 to combat rural crime and to assist existing police forces through investigative projects.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the Marshal Service is a bit unique compared to other police services in the province, as we're not a call response service. So that gives us the opportunity to spend more time with proactive initiatives or investigations.
Currently, there are 13 marshals at the Prince Albert headquarters and another 4 at the North Battleford Satellite office. A media campaign has been launched to grow the force through new recruits and experienced officers. Salaries range from $96,000 to $118,000 per year, with paid training provided. Nolan Carter joined after spending 10 years with the Prince Albert Police Service.
For me, it was about having something new and fresh. It was also about being proactive and not reactive with the calls that you were attending. It gave us more time to investigate certain files and actually follow through with the investigation and the arrest and the court process. So I just thought it was an exciting kind of new adventure.
The Marshal Service says it's in a growth and development stage as it builds toward a 70-member force, with future opportunities for officers and civilian members in Regina, Saskatoon, Prince Albert, and North Battleford. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
Saskatoon police say a man with a history of spying on women is being released from custody this weekend. Jeremy Dodge is following this for us. What does everyone need to know?
Well, Daryl, 37-year-old Kyle Ronald Hamelak, previously convicted of 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night. Well, last fall, he was sentenced to 2 years and 10 months behind bars after pleading guilty to 23 counts of voyeurism and 2 counts of breaching probation. But with time served, had only 7 months to go. He admitted to secretly watching or recording 23 women through the windows of their homes while they were fully or partially nude. Hamelak has prior convictions for voyeurism in 2017 and 2020. Police say Hamelak is being released from custody on Saturday and is expected to live in Saskatoon. He will have court-imposed conditions in place, but because he is at risk to reoffend, police are releasing his name and information and asking the public to be vigilant. Final arguments yesterday in a Saskatoon murder trial. 48-year-old Arden Panapakisik was pronounced dead inside his home February 10th, 2024. 23-year-old Catlin Desjardins Kelly charged with second-degree murder. Court heard a bullet hit Panapakisik in the neck after an exchange of gunfire between the two men. The crux of the case is intent. The defense argues Desjardins Kelly fired in self-defense, while the Crown submits Desjardins Kelly pulled the trigger to kill. Well, Daryl, the province announcing a 4th robotic system has been installed at Royal University Hospital in Saskatoon.
That's right. Health Minister Jeremy Cockrell says the system is used during minimally invasive procedures. It's already helped with 20 surgeries since becoming operational. 3 other robotic systems are in place in Regina and Saskatoon, helping with almost 500 surgeries in 2025. Wynyard RCMP have charged 2 people after a box of poppies and donations were taken from area businesses in November. Police say it happened the day before Remembrance Day. That's November 10th. The suspects taking a poppy box with a small amount of cash inside. RCMP arrested one suspect in January, a 42-year-old woman, and a second earlier this month, a 34-year-old man. Both are from Watson, each charged with theft under $5,000. We are learning more about a train derailment in Toronto last week.
That under repetitive stress and fatigue had allowed the rail to move 1 1/8 inch out of alignment. That's how precise rail has to be, right? That caused the rail to roll, which caused wheels on the locomotive as well as the following coach to come off the rail.
Metrolinx says a rail fastening failed, causing the derailment. CEO Michael Lindsay says the agency did not meet the standard for communicating the problem to riders, so there will be refunds issued. Ontario has announced how it plans to support post-secondary schools as they face ongoing funding challenges. One of the changes is putting an end to the province's tuition freeze.
I think it would be difficult for my family to afford personally, and I think it would be difficult for a lot of families to afford.
Tuitions in Ontario have been frozen for 7 years, but starting this fall, they can be raised by as much as 2%. The province is also cutting back on the number of financial assistance programs available to students, like grants, leaning more heavily on loans. The government is spending $6.4 billion more into the sector over 4 years. Students from Treaty 4 gathered in Lebret yesterday to present their science projects in the hopes of making it to a national STEM competition in Edmonton later this year. More than 100 students participated with 88 projects in the event organized by the File Hills Capel Tribal Council. Lemon-powered batteries, analysis of the solar system, cloud seeding, and many other interesting projects and concepts on full display.
I used to be a very heavy introvert, so I didn't talk to a lot of people. Being and doing science fair, especially talking with judges and other contestants, it's really put me out of my comfort zone, which I think is really important to building those skills.
We're hoping to get to the Canada-wide Science Fair, which is taking place in Edmonton in May. Let's get over to the Weather Center on this Friday the 13th. We're not walking under ladders. We're being very careful. We're not letting black cats cross our path, and we're not letting the weather interfere either.
Yeah, no, we're seeing some okay temperature today because we have been seeing some really nice temperatures in the past few days. The weather today looking pretty similar to what we saw yesterday. It's actually going forward into the weekend and into next week that we see those temperatures drop and we see some more precipitation on the way. -7 right now, though, to wake us up in Regina. But we do have some clouds, or rather clear skies right now. Some east winds coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. -8 to wake us up in Saskatoon. Again, clear skies and winds right now coming in at 7 kilometers per hour. Let's talk about this afternoon, and then I want to talk to you about your Valentine's Day. So 6 degrees for Swift Current. That's just a notch below where we saw them at yesterday. Moose Jaw 6 degrees, and Weyburn and Estevan both up to 7 degrees. So again, very similar conditions to what we saw yesterday. Some more sunshine on the way. A little bit cooler through Regina, about 4 degrees. -1 in Saskatoon again, so just a couple notches below where we were yesterday. -2 for Yorkton. 2 degrees expected for Prince Albert and the Battlefords. We do have some precipitation making its way through the province, though. So you just saw some in an area that is north of Prince Albert that has already made its way into Manitoba on our screen there, but that's by about 3:45 p.m. Still seeing some flurries way up north. And then we're turning our attention to Saturday and talking about your Valentine's Day. Later on in the morning, this is at about 10:45 a.m. You can see some very scattered flurries way up north. A lot more of those clouds moving in for your Valentine's Day. And then we start to see later on into the afternoon, we see some snow popping up in areas around Regina. It's not for sure that Regina is actually going to see any of those flakes, but just be prepared for the chance. And then into the evening hours, we see it once again popping up around Regina, but it's with that green color indicating some rain on the way. So again, the afternoon, we're going to be seeing a mix of sun and cloud. It's later on that we're going to be talking about the likelihood of a wintry mix. So be prepared. And then we're taking a look at Sunday. This is at about 4:45 p.m. Seeing some flurries in areas around Prince Albert and north of Prince Albert there. Let's talk about your Valentine's Day temperatures. This is for Regina. You can expect a high of 2 degrees. Again, mix of sun and cloud for the afternoon and a chance of that wintry mix hitting later on into the evening hours. Our Saskatoon Valentines, after you eat all those chocolates, we're expecting just that mix of sun and cloud and that high of 0 degrees. After that, Sunday, 1 degree, 2 degrees on Monday, and we're expecting some more of those flurries to be making its way in, continuing on into Tuesday. In Saskatoon, Sunday, -1, -10 on Monday, so the cooler temperatures are returning, and -8 on Tuesday.
Hello, Matt Scooby inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, we go to Utah. Blazers and Jazz. Ace Bailey going to lose his dribble, so he thinks outside the box, fakes out Donovan Clingan badly, goes off the glass, and then slams it home. How about the high IQ play from Bailey? Finishes it off in style, completely fools the Blazers center. That is very nice. It's your must-see moment from Thursday. Well, tonight on TSN, NBA All-Star Weekend begins with the Celebrity Game, and Rising Stars game coverage starts 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Well, in case you missed it, Saskatchewan's newest millionaire was introduced on Thursday. Daryl Moe from Pilot Butte won $1.32 million playing a vault breaker VLT at Triffon's Pizza in Regina. Moe mentioned he stopped by to grab a coffee, decided to drop a few bucks on the VLTs while he was there. No plans for the money, but he says he'll likely invest it. And someone else in Saskatchewan has won big, matching the last 6 digits on this week's Lotto 649 Extra. So check your tickets. You might be $100,000 richer.
Man, I have to go to my car, totally unrelated.
I actually checked mine yesterday. It wasn't me.
And Daryl drives away.
That's, maybe not for $100,000, but maybe the rest of the day I'd take off.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to Daryl. Don't know if he's related to the Premier. You're probably asking that. I have no idea if he's related. Question of the day today. It is, of course, Valentine's Day tomorrow. What is your favorite love song?
Jeremy,
is it your first dance song?
Oh, sorry?
Is it going to be your first dance song? Is that going to be it?
No. I mean, we didn't have a first dance at our wedding, and we actually walked down the aisle to a song that was recorded by my husband's late grandfather.
Oh.
So, I mean,
whoa.
Yeah, it was.
That's pretty lovey to me.
Yeah.
JD, what do you think?
Yeah.
What's your favorite love song?
How Do I Live, Trisha Yearwood version from the movie Con Air.
Yeah.
That song was great.
Nicolas Cage with the flowing hair and the dirty white, the dirty white shirt.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
You'll have to show me
that.
You'll have to show me that in a commercial break.
Con Air is such a great show. I like Breathe by Faith Hill. What do you love at home? That's what we want to know. Your favorite love song. So text us your answers. Scan the QR code. We'll share those answers. We'll have health news on the other side of this break as we take a look over the city of Saskatoon.
No matter your age, self-love isn't always easy. And for children who are still learning about the world and their place in it, it can be especially hard.
Self-esteem is not something kids are just born with. It is something that we can build in them.
Dr. Ariana Howitt with Nationwide Children's Hospital says factors like bullying, lack of choices, adults providing too much help, and comparisons can cause kids to be hard on themselves.
Adults have a big role to play in building kids' self-esteem from the moment they're born, from the moment they're very little to their teenage years.
To foster self-love in children, Howitt says parents can teach them to talk kindly to themselves, talk them through negative thoughts, and praise them when you notice they've done something well. She says to also model that.
Give them lots of love yourself so that they learn to do it back too.
Next, Howitt says to build independence in children by giving them chores or tasks at home, which can help them see they can do hard things. And monitor their connection to others. Friendships can impact how a child feels about themselves. For older children, so can social media. Howitt says to limit exposure and talk to them about it.
What you're seeing on social media is not real. That's just the highlights. You're not seeing what that other child may be struggling with.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
The Kinsman 50-50 final deadline is almost here, and our Blair Farthing is on location this morning with the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon, getting the final details on what we need to know. Blair, good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. Yeah, exciting morning down here at 3 Hall Public House. I'm joined by Adam and Alan with the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon. Big thanks for joining us here, fellas. Adam, we'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here today.
So we're giving away a bunch of money today, $24,000 in prizes. Get in now in all the draws. We got 12 draws, and it's going to go till we're out of cash.
All right, and Alan, obviously a really exciting day, as mentioned here. Exciting for the Kinsman Club as well. Talk a little bit about the impact in the community of what Kinsman does.
Yeah, Kinsman's been around since 1928 here in Saskatoon. The partnership we're running with the Kinsman 50-50 this go-rounds with the Ronald McDonald House in Saskatchewan. They provide a great service here in Saskatoon, soon to be Prince Albert and Regina. We focus on organizations that are grassroots, provide great services in this community, and we're great to be part of it.
Amazing stuff. And Alan, obviously the deadline is coming up quick here, but you mentioned people can buy throughout the day.
They can buy throughout the day, and don't forget about a major deadline. That's on midnight on Saturday. So that's for the grand total is approaching about $300,000 right now.
How have ticket sales been going?
Fantastic. Yeah, we're excited. Today's going to be a great day. We're going to drive this thing higher and higher.
All right, Alan, I'll give you the final word here. Anything else you want to add for this segment?
Friday, the 12 draws, $24,000. Tomorrow, deadline. Great day for hay.
All right. You heard it. Get your tickets here. You can win a lot of big money and support a great initiative. Ronald McDonald House, we'll chat with them coming up in just a little bit.
All right. Blair, that's excellent. Thank you so much. Let's throw things over to Kayleen now with your school day forecast.
Thanks, Jeremy. And of course, the school day forecast is brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus in Regina, we're now at -7, -8 in Saskatoon. A few clouds up in the sky. By lunchtime in Regina, -1. We see very low wind speeds all throughout the afternoon. -5 by lunch in Saskatoon. Also seeing those low wind speeds this afternoon. By final bell, 4 degrees for Regina and -1 for Saskatoon, just below what we saw yesterday, but still seeing a lot of sunshine today. As we go to break, here's a look at those gas prices. The common price in Regina is $127.9, but you might find it for as low as $104.9. In Saskatoon, the common price $124.9, and you might find it for as low as $114.9. In the farm markets this morning, we find the street price of canola at $615.63 per ton, and the futures price at $667.80 per ton. Amber Durham wheat now at $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat at $259.73 per ton. And the Canadian dollar continues to trade down. It's now at 73.50 cents US. After the break, a strong start for Canadian curlers at the Winter Games. Stay with us for the details.
.30 on your Friday. Good morning. The BC Legislature opened its spring session yesterday with a heavy heart.
Our thoughts are with the victims, the loved ones, and a tight-knit community suffering unimaginable pain.
Instead of a throne speech, BC's Lieutenant Governor delivered a message of condolence to the community of Tumbler Ridge. The legislature also held a moment of silence as the province marked a day of mourning. More on that later on in the show. Students at Sask Polytech, meanwhile, say they're being forced to move to different campuses around the province to finish their programs. In an email to students in the Electronic Systems Technology Engineering program in Saskatoon, that they'll have to move to Regina next year, while students at the Instrumentation program in Moose Jaw will have to go to Saskatoon. Students say they're shocked. In a meeting with school staff, told them it was because of a provincial mandate. They're questioning how feasible moving campuses is going to be.
I have 2 kids under 10, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and a wife with a career and a house and a family, an established life in Saskatoon, and moving without warning to Regina is not an option.
The decision to move programs follows a new round of layoffs last week when 26 employees were let go. The province says Sask Polytech makes its own decisions, and the school says supports are available to students during this transition. A partnership between Bungie and the Regina Food Bank is set to bring more lentils to families in need. The Bungie Farmers Feeding Families initiative will provide 105 tons of locally grown and processed lentils next year, per year, an estimated value of $250,000. Each bag of lentils contains 5 servings and will be given to clients as well as used in meals that are sent to public schools. The Regina Food Bank serves around 17,000 people per month.
Lentils are a great staple to have, and I think for us it really means that we can provide a healthy source of protein for people that are looking for plant protein, or even they can mix some of their animal protein with lentils as well.
We always try to root our land.
Let's get your Olympic update. Team Canada gathering momentum after the best day yet at the Winter Olympics. Courtney Sereau captured a 3-day medal for Canada, or day 3 medal for Canada in a short track speed skating. What a race she had. She took bronze in the women's 500 meter, her second medal of the games. Canada added another silver in snowboard cross in a photo finish, with Elliot Grandin missing out on gold by 2/100ths of a second. This is Canada's second medal at the slopes. Mikhail Kingsbury got silver in moguls. In the first day of 2 games today, skip Brad Jacobs and Team Canada men beat the U.S. 6-3. The Canadian rink is undefeated at 2-0 heading into the matchup this afternoon against Sweden. Rachel Homan and Team Canada will play the U.S. later today. Here are the updated medal standings as we know them. Norway with the most gold. That puts them in first with 7, 14 total. Italy in second with 17. Canada yet to claim a gold medal, 7 total to our name. It's a busy day for Canada, for the curlers at the Olympics. Brad Jacobs, as we mentioned, Team Canada taking on a doubleheader today. They won their first one. They will take on the U.S. later. Sweden later, rather. They beat the U.S. this morning. The women's team will take on the U.S. That's happening today. Men's hockey, you saw the action yesterday. Big, exciting win. They're back in action today after starting out its Olympic pre-tournament with a convincing 5-0 shutout of Czechia. We will be taking on Switzerland in action today. It's about a 1:15 start this afternoon. A local couple is proof love doesn't just last, it grows stronger over time. With how, here's Mick Fable.
On June 17, 1961, Dawn and Berva Pierce said "I do" at the Broadway United Church. 65 years later, after many twists and turns, the two are still happily married, sticking side by side. When they met, their love got off to a quick start, with Dawn proposing to Berva after 2 months of being together.
I just thought we're getting along so good and everything, and surely she'll marry me.
They would officially marry 2 years later after Berva finished her nursing training and Dawn nearly completed their home. It is here that they would stay for the next 40 years, raising a family and working outside. At the beginning, the idea of being together for decades upon decades was not much of a thought.
I was hoping for a long marriage, but, never dreamt it'd be that long.
When my mom and dad celebrated their 25th anniversary, I figured they're completely over the hill.
According to a 2024 report by Bonnier Institute of the Family, divorce rates have been dropping in Canada since the early 1990s. The report also says couples are marrying later in life, all positives pointing to marriages which could possibly stand the test of time. For those thinking of tying the knot, Pierce says that there should be some hope the union will last far into the future.
Well, I think they should go into the marriage figuring that it's going to last. I think so many kind of think, oh, well, if things don't go my way, I'll exit.
Over the years, Dawn has dealt with various health issues, battles that they have fought together. With Valentine's Day approaching, it is another opportunity to celebrate the life that they have built together.
I feel very blessed to still have Dawn in my life, all the things that he's gone through. So, very blessed. And we get along pretty darn good.
No, I have to win a few arguments.
This Valentine's Day will be a quiet one at Queen Victoria Estates. They plan on saying they love each other and hope that they have many more years to come, proving that their love grows sweeter with time. Mick Favel, CTV News, Regina.
65 years. I'm not even at 10 yet.
I know. I mean, hey, next month I'm up to 1, so I'm catching up.
Let's make some big plans for that. In the meantime, your forecast for today, if you would.
Yeah, well, this morning view is looking really nice this morning. It's brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. In Regina, we're waking up to -7 right now. Clear skies right now, but we have been seeing those clouds kind of fluctuating a little bit this morning. They've been coming in and out. We have winds coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. In Saskatoon, -8 right now. Winds coming in at 7 kilometers per hour. And those winds, once again, for the third day in a row, a really nice treat for our day. We're not really seeing those go up all too much into the afternoon, not really seeing any gusts whatsoever. Let's talk about those hot and cold spots in the province right now and all across the country. Loon Lake is the hot spot in Saskatchewan, 2.1 degrees. The Saskatchewan cold spot is Prince Albert, -13.5, but there are a couple other places that are matching them at -13 right now. They're winning just with that decimal point. The Canadian hot spot is Saturna Island in BC. That is 8.1 degrees right now. They just took that over from White Rock, BC. The Canadian cold spot, Thompson River, yet again, Northwest Territories at -48.6. Let's take a look at everywhere else in between those temperatures. We were talking about that decimal point. Prince Albert at -13, -11 in Nipawin, -16 in Melfort, -11 in Hudson Bay. Down towards the south, we're seeing not any positive temperatures now. Again, it has been fluctuating, but right now everything is in the negatives. -2 in Swift Current, -6 in Moose Jaw, -6 in Weyburn, and -4 in Estevan. Later on this afternoon, though, we will see some more of those positive temperatures. 6 degrees expected for Swift Current, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw. That is up just 1 degree from what we were projecting just a few minutes ago. Weyburn, 7 degrees, and Estevan, 7 degrees this afternoon. Regina, 4 degrees. That is just below what we saw yesterday. -2 expected for Yorkton. Again, falling a little bit in the central zones for those temperatures. Let's turn our attention now to the 7-day forecast, because you're probably wondering about your Valentine's Day. Regina is expecting 2 degrees and a mix of sun and cloud in the early afternoon. Later on in the afternoon and evening hours, we could be seeing that wintry mix, so be prepared for that. 1 degree for Sunday with the mix of sun and cloud. 2 degrees on Monday, some more flurries on the way. And those flurries are going to be stopping and going for continuing through Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures will be falling back into those negatives and will be hitting -12 by about Thursday. So this was our first real fall spring of 2026. -1 today in Saskatoon, 0 degrees tomorrow though. -1 on Sunday, dropping down to -10 on Monday, and then some more flakes likely to be entering the city on Tuesday.
The Canadian government's deal with China to allow Chinese-made electric vehicles into the country is putting more important trade negotiations with the U.S. at risk, according to a representative for American automakers. Brian Kingston is the chief executive officer of the Canadian Vehicle Manufacturers Association. He says the move further complicates what's already become a very challenging discussion. His group represents GM, Stellantis, and Ford. TELUS announcing a surprising succession, marking the end of Chief Executive Officer Darren Entwistle's 26-year tenure. They've tapped recently retired bank chief Victor Dodig to take over the company as it faces investor pressure over its slow growth. And finally, Meta was granted a patent in late December that outlines how a large language model can simulate a person's social media activity, such as responding to content posted by real people, even if said person is dead. We have no plans to move forward with this example, a spokesperson for Meta told Business Insider. Those are your morning business headlines. For B&M Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
Weekend 2 of Regina's Frost Festival begins today, and Janelle Lippi on location to get in on all the fun. Janelle, good morning.
Hi, Jeremy. Good morning. That's right. We are starting weekend 2. Lots of fun ahead of us, and I've got Kat Becker here with me. We are down at Confederation Park. Lots of great information to share. So, Kat, let's start off with an overlook on how weekend 1 went.
Weekend 1 was really fun. We had a great time. We saw some really good attendance, a lot of families, a lot of international students, newcomers, so really diverse, lots and lots of fun. Definitely people coming out and taking in the adventures.
Amazing. Well, I know this is an annual beloved event right here in Regina. What should people check out here for weekend 2?
Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. I think the big hitters are absolutely Blizzard Bounce. It is the time of your life. And then, of course, the mechanical snowboard is lined up through the door. So, I mean, those are absolutely the best. Our Indigenous Village had great performances. There wasn't an empty spot on the bleachers. So there's tons to check out.
All right. Well, tons to look forward to as well. If somebody's interested in getting some tickets coming in to experience this, how can people do that?
Well, we've still got tickets available at realdistrict.ca, or you're welcome just to come to the gate. We've got ticket sales available on site. Bring the whole family down. Great pricing. The friends and family pack is definitely the way to go. You save a few dollars. Great way to spend the day.
All right. Well, sounds like a ton of fun. Now, before we wrap things up, I'm very curious. What has been your favorite thing so far right here at Frost?
Ooh, you know, I've been a really big fan of watching the street hockey. Whether you're young, you're old, you've played it forever, you've played it for the first time. There's something about the way that the community comes together around street hockey.
All right. Well, you won't want to miss it. Make sure you're coming down to Frost this weekend for weekend 2 right here at the Real District.
What a great event, Janelle. Thank you so much. We will check back in with you next hour.
The Winter Games are underway in Milan and Cortina. Here in Saskatchewan, we are cheering on our Saskatchewan athletes. We're here at the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame this morning to learn a little bit more about the connection our province has to the Winter Games. Matthew Gorley is with us from the Hall. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for coming. We always love to have you guys here.
Thanks for peeling out some of these great items. We'll start, I guess, with this. I don't think this is fitting either of us.
No, if it did, it would. I don't think we'd like how it would look on us.
Maybe not. Tell us what this is and who this is from.
Yeah, it's a speed skating skin from Shelley Reed Scarvin, who's from Moose Jaw, and she competed in '88 in Calgary, and as well as '92. So this is, I'm pretty sure, the '92 one. But as you can see, it's got the classic Star Trek font on the sleeves, and a really cool skin. But the evolution's kind of cool of these two. These are pretty thin. I can't imagine skating outdoors, which they did even up to '84.
That's right.
In one of those.
My goodness. And you want to keep warm then, so let's talk about this jacket.
Yeah, it's funny how the walkout gear has kind of evolved, but obviously a classic Hudson Bay look on this. It's from 1964, and which was Innsbruck. And the interesting thing about this is actually Dale West's. And some of your viewers might know Dale West as a member of the 66 Riders football team. Great defensive back, Plaza of Honor. He's also a great speed skater. Now, he was only an alternate in the 64 1954 Olympics, but considering he was a rider at the time too, that's pretty good. So that was his walkout jacket for the Olympics. You can see his hat there, which is much warmer, I think, than what they get these days on some of them. But
I think I'd still wear that jacket.
No, I think it looks pretty good, actually.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
it's held up too. And Katrina LeMaidon is obviously a worldwide recognized athlete, and this display pays homage to her.
Yeah, we've got a few different Olympians here who are actually also chef de mission. So the picture of her there with Diane Konahowski-Jones. But that's also Katrina's jacket from the torch relay as well. So that's kind of cool.
As we move further into the Hall of Fame, which is on Victoria Avenue if you're in Regina, we see all of these displays. And this one's really cool, near and dear to my heart, because I'm from Brooks, Alberta, which is close to Calgary, the 88 Games.
Yeah, just a couple small things in this case from past Olympics, but we have an 88 Olympic torch. We've got a few different torches, but the 88 one is really kind of cool. It's a little bit more sturdy, and for someone of my generation, it brings back memories of the torch relay coming through Regina and various places in Saskatchewan. And then we actually have a jacket from the 88 Olympics and a toque from an official, which is interesting. And it's something people don't always think about. They think about the athletes, but we have a figure skating official that's working right now at the games, and also some coaches. So the athletes are doing a great job. We also have referees and officials and various other things that are taking part currently at these games as well.
And these displays give athletes here in Saskatchewan something to look forward to, or focus to see that it can be done.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we talk about people from smaller places achieving great things, and that's one of the great things about the stories of great Sask athletes. A lot of them do come from smaller communities, and there's not really no limit of what you can achieve with your dreams.
Yeah, okay, let's move over here because we have something near and dear to my heart again, because this is hockey, and this is women's hockey.
Yeah, speaking about smaller towns, from Kennedy, Saskatchewan is Colleen's Historics. This is one of her game sticks from the Vancouver 2010 Olympics, one of the 3 gold medals she won, and as you can probably tell, it's signed by the members of that 2010 team. So yeah, we've got...
It's held up pretty well too, honestly, because
her name's on the stick there as well. I think it's probably been sitting in Colleen's garage for a few decades, but she was great enough to donate this to us fairly recently, and we appreciate it. So it's a really cool piece of Sask history, and I gave her some grief about how little tape she had in the butt end of her stick, but she was a minimalist, she said. So there you go.
And if you want to see some of the displays here at the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame, how do we get here and participate in what you guys do? You do some camp things too as well.
We're open from 10 to 5 Monday to Friday, and also weekends noon to 4. We've got special things the next 2 Saturdays of free hot chocolate during frost, so you can come in from 1 to 3 and warm up.
And you can check them out on the website, Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame. It's on your screen.
February 13th, and we have these milestones to share with you. We'll start off with a big happy birthday going out to Abigail on her 5th birthday today. We hope this day is super special. Lots of love from your grandma, grandpa, your pal DJ, as well as the rest of your family. Turning 12 years old today is this awesome grandson, Carter. Your grandpa and ma mère say they love you so much. Enjoy your day. Happy birthday wishes also going out to Lance. We hope this is your best birthday yet. Lots of love from all of your family and friends. And celebrating her sweet 16 today is Haley. Happy birthday to you. Lots of love from your mom, dad, and Leland. And looking forward to the weekend, happy 85th birthday to Ernest Sonny K from all of your family and friends of Kawakatus. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. And turning 4 years old tomorrow is Archer. Happy birthday wishes coming to you from your grandpa Dave and your grandma Sherry.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan that QR code on your screen. Please send those in at least 1 day in advance.
We're Pure Country 92.7. Chase, what are we giving away today?
We're still trying to crack the co-op number here. More money is being added into the pot every play, and we're at $1,050. But that could be yours coming up here at 7 o'clock. Fire us up with the iHeartRadio app. I will give you that cue to call. And we know the first 3 digits. So we know that's a 5, the 8, and the 6. You just got to guess your way through the last 3, and all of that cash is yours. Go to purecountry927.ca. You'll see incorrect guesses there, too, so you can knock some off the board and get ready to play here at 7 o'clock and crack the co-op number.
Chase, what is your favorite love song? That's our question to our viewers today.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, we had the remake of First Date as our wedding song by Blink-182, so I'm going to go with that one.
That's a nice choice. Nice, safe choice.
There we go.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll do it again in an hour.
Thanks, Daryl.
I wouldn't die for an insurance company. Get in. There's water in the trunk.
As superheroes Thor and the Hulk, Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo have co-starred in multiple Marvel movies together. But in the new movie, Crime 101, the two switch things up. Hemsworth is a jewel thief, and Ruffalo is the detective who pursues him.
It's quite lovely to step in completely different shoes, but quite uncomfortable too, because it's like acting in front of a family member. You know, they know your tricks, and now you're doing something very different, and so it was quite unsettling.
Jimi Hendrix was from Seattle, but New York City is honoring him later this month. On February 24th, West 8th Street in Manhattan's Greenwich Village, where Hendrix's legendary Electric Lady Studios is located, will be co-named Jimi Hendrix Way. And happy birthday to two-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Peter Gabriel. He turned 76 today. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, do you remember seeing snow for the first time?
No.
Oh.
It's so, oh my God, it's so pretty. I'm like shaking.
Well, Megan's from Florida, had never seen it in real life. She and a group of colleagues were on their way to Philadelphia when a winter storm hit. She was so overjoyed. She went barefoot to get the full experience. Yep.
No, put your shoes on.
Got to do it. You got to do it just once.
When gonna ruin it for herself real quick.
When she says it's so pretty, though, I get that. I'm one of the only people I know that when I say I love a good snowfall, I love when the world changes color.
I love the snowfall, too. I just don't like when it rains first.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Ugh.
And driving in, it's no fun.
That's what I mean.
And shoveling it.
I don't shovel it. That's my husband's job in my house. So I don't know.
That's a Tyler job.
Yeah.
Keely, what else we got?
Have you ever wanted to run away, get a different job, experience a different life?
Careful how you answer that.
You know that in Scotland there's a bookshop you can actually live in and run yourself for a week to live out a dream job of running a cosy bookshop called The Open Book in Wigtown with 8 bookshops.
Well, this type of vacation would be a good fit for you. You can run a cozy bookstore for some time, live upstairs during your day. You run the bookstore on that main floor. All the proceeds made during a stay are donated to the annual local book fair. And when you're over it, you can just fly home.
Honestly, that's the plot of a Hallmark movie, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, it sounds like the holiday.
I think so.
And then they stay in the small town and give up their big city life.
Yes, somebody falls in love somewhere in this bookstore.
Which is perfect because it's Valentine's Day this weekend. It's a good reminder if you need to get some shopping done. We're back after this. It's Friday, February 13th. The news today, Saskatoon police say a man with a history of spying on women is being released from custody this weekend.
And then all of a sudden these people are coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, you know, I knew Ross, and, you know, it's people we didn't even know.
A Facebook post on a Saskatchewan page dedicated to the past has an unlikely connection to the present.
If you had told us we'd be 17-3, we wouldn't really care how we got there. You know, like however that ended up, that would be a great result. So we're very happy and proud of the way we've done it.
And the Canada West basketball playoffs set to tip off. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Keelan. Good morning and happy Friday.
It is also Valentine's Day Eve. If you need to get out and do some shopping, I was just saying to you before the break, my little guy, he's 4, he's going to school. It's red and white day or pink day at school. And I bought him a Hulk shirt because he loves superheroes, but it's Red Hulk. And now he's conflicted because he found out Red Hulk is a villain. He's like, I don't know.
Does that mean I look like a villain today? Am I a villain?
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Not when it comes to the temperatures.
No, when it comes to the temperatures, that is what we call a segue in the biz. And we're going to transition to news, and it's not good. The heartbreak is unbearable in BC as we learn more about the victims in Tumbler Ridge. Children who had their family or their lives cut short, ripped away from their families.
She's been the glue in our family, the bridge between the age gaps. She could mature to roll with her older sisters. To accept that my daughter is gone is impossible.
So Sarah Lambert is the mother of a 12-year-old, and her family has nicknamed her Tiki. She's described as a daughter, a strong-willed, fearless, and outspoken young girl. We're also learning that 12-year-old Abel Muwasa was killed, the video shared by his father. The shooting also took the lives of 12-year-old Kylie Smith, 12-year-old Zoe Benoit, 13-year-old Ezekiel Schofield, and 39-year-old educator Shonda Aviwi. They were all killed at school. The suspected shooter, a stepbrother, 11-year-old Emmett Jacobs, and shooter's mother, 39-year-old Jennifer Jacobs, were both shot to death in the family home.
We're standing with those families, those loved ones who are suffering right now, and with little Maya who's in the hospital.
12-year-old Maya was wounded in the head and neck and remains in coma at BC's Children's Hospital in Vancouver. Her mother provided an update on social media, writing, "She's moved. It's stimulus, a kick and a hand move, but it's something. Keep us up with the positive vibes." 19-year-old Paige Hoekstra was also shot. She remains in hospital. In an update, her sister says she's had surgery and shared these words from Paige, quote, "I am okay and I am recovering." The Saskatchewan Marshal Service is looking for new recruits this morning. The police force was formed in 2022 by the province and is now operational from its headquarters in Prince Albert. The Marshals have launched a media campaign to recruit both new and experienced officers. Marshals say they offer a unique policing opportunity.
The biggest thing is the Marshal Service is a bit unique compared to other police services in the province, as we're not a call response service. So that gives us the opportunity to spend more time with proactive initiatives or investigations and coming up with different projects to not only help other police services, but also to help other communities.
The Marshals have officers based in Prince Albert and North Battleford, with future plans for offices in Saskatoon and Regina. A public advisory to warn viewers about this morning from Saskatoon Police. Jeremy Dodge with that. Jeremy?
Good morning, Daryl. They say a man with 70 convictions related to spying on women is being released from custody this weekend. And as Stacey Hine tells us, they are alerting the public out of concern for his potential to reoffend.
Just months ago, Kyle Hamiluk was being sentenced here at Court of King's Bench for secretly watching and recording 23 women through the windows of their homes. Now, Saskatoon police are warning that he's being released from jail on Saturday.
Police say they're releasing this photo of him out of caution and concern for his potential to reoffend. They say the 37-year-old has been previously convicted of 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night, a criminal history spanning nearly a decade.
So this is a reminder to people to watch for him. And so if that doesn't give him a little paranoia, I would be surprised.
He was convicted of voyeurism in 2017 and 2020, and most recently last fall, after pleading guilty to 23 counts of voyeurism and 2 counts of breaching probation. He was sentenced to 2 years and 10 months, but with time served, had about 7 months in custody at the Saskatoon Provincial Correctional Centre. His sentence was among the longest handed down for voyeurism alone. The Crown prosecutor saying at the time, there is little case law involving repeat voyeurism offenders.
The maximum I found was 2 years. A lot of those cases were in conjunction with other offences, other sexual-related offences, which bumped those sentences a lot higher.
Hamiluk is expected to reside in Saskatoon. He's described as 5'10" and 155 pounds, with brown hair but balding and green eyes. He has several tattoos of mushrooms and one of railroad tracks.
As part of his probation, Hamiluk is banned from owning a phone or any electronic device capable of taking photos or videos. He also also has a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew for the first year.
Saskatoon police were not available for an interview, but Chris Lewis says Hamiluk would face consequences if he violates his terms of release.
Police aren't going to be doing full-time surveillance on him, but they're going to be watching him. And if they see him out past a certain hour or in a place he shouldn't be, they're going to arrest him.
Police say if a person is aware of any violations relating to Hamiluk's actions, do not approach and contact them immediately. Stacey Hine, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Well, Daryl, U.S. President Trump's announced a massive rollback on environmental efforts.
Meanwhile, a new report, Jeremy, warns Canada isn't on track to meet any of its climate targets. The report from the Canadian Climate Institute suggests Canada has moved away from its climate goals and won't meet its 2026 interim emissions reduction target. The 2030 Paris Agreement commitment, or the long-term goal of reaching net zero by 2050. Canada's Environment Minister has not yet responded to that report.
It means dirtier air, unhealthy air, more use of coal, and it is bad for clean energy. But the short-term impacts are bad for short-term human health, but it also is very bad in the long term for the climate.
In other news this morning, help is on the way for the shorthanded crew on board the International Space Station.
3, 2, 1, ignition, and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Dragon, and Godspeed Crew 12.
Good liftoff. A SpaceX rocket carrying 4 astronauts launched from Cape Canaveral this morning. For about a month now, the ISS has been operating with only 3 people on board. That's because the previous crew had to leave early, you'll remember, because one of its members had an undisclosed medical condition. When the new crew arrives, the ISS will be back to full staff. Team Canada is gathering momentum ahead of its best day in Milan at the Olympics. Courtney Sarro captured a 3-medal day for Canada. Short track speed skating, she won bronze in the women's 500 meter, her 2nd medal of the game, so congratulations to her. Canada added a silver in snowboard cross. Mikhail Kingsbury also won a silver in moguls. It is Brad Jacobs picking up a big win first thing this morning, beating the U.S. 6-3 in curling. The Canadian rink is undefeated at 2-0 and will head into a matchup this afternoon against Sweden. Rachel Homan and the Canadian women will also play today. They've got the U.S. And Canada's men's hockey team plays its 2nd preliminary round game today against Switzerland. Our NHL Stars took care of business yesterday, 5-0, beating Czechia. Meanwhile, the playoffs are starting on the women's side. Canada has an off day today after beating Finland 5-0. They play Germany tomorrow in the quarterfinals. So here's the updated medal count as we know them. Norway leading the way. They've bumped up a gold medal since last hour. They now have 8, still in first place, 16 total medals. Gold rated highest, of course, that's why they're in first. Canada with 3 silver, 4 bronze, 7 total medals at this point. And coming up later today, it's the longest event in Olympic speed skating, the 10,000 meter race. Canada's Ted Blomont, with 39 years old, he will compete. Figure skating, it's the men's free skate. The quad god, Ilya Malin from the U.S. is leading. Canada's Stephen Gogolev in 10th spot. So we're keeping our eyes on the medal haul and also on the temperatures because it's a big weekend. We've got all kinds of events. Winter Shines is coming up. Frost is happening in Regina. And, of course, all those kids' activities, Kayleen.
Yeah, there's a lot happening outside this weekend. And thankfully, it's going to be a pretty good weekend for it, at least in the early afternoon in Regina. We could be seeing a bit of a wintry mix into the later parts of the afternoon and early evening tomorrow. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. I took a lot of time this morning to make some Valentine's Day boards for you, so we'll take a look at those in just a second. -7 right now to wake us up in Regina. Clear skies for the moment. East winds coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. In Saskatoon, -9. Again, clear skies and winds very calm, currently coming in at 6 kilometers per hour. Don't worry about those winds into the afternoon. For the 3rd day in a row, we're seeing nothing really in terms of those wind gusts, so that is going to be very pleasant for your afternoon. Down in the south, again, seeing the warmest temperatures there. 6 degrees for Swift Current. Moose Jaw was projected to be at 6 degrees. Now it's up to 7 degrees this afternoon, so that's nice to see. They're now matching Weyburn and Estevan with that expected daytime high. Regina, 4 degrees. That's a notch below what we saw yesterday. -2 for Yorkton with mainly sunny skies. Just a few clouds this afternoon, dropping down to -1 this afternoon in Saskatoon. 2 degrees in Prince Albert and 2 degrees for the Battlefords later on. And we are are talking about a little bit of that precipitation. So in the early to mid-afternoon, we saw it in an area north of Prince Albert there, and then it moves out into Manitoba. Then we're looking forward to tomorrow. The clouds really pick up. Later in the morning, we do see a few spots on in areas in the far north part of the province, and then just south of Regina there, you can see some very small spots there. It does grow into the afternoon hours there, so it seems like it does really pick up later on into the afternoon as we're pushing away from Regina there. And then into the evening hours, we do see some rain on the radar there in the southeast corner of the province. Yorkton could be seeing some of those flurries, of course, and sticking with those flurries in the area around the Parkland region into Sunday morning. And then we're looking forward to Sunday, still seeing some of those flurries in areas north of Prince Albert there. Now let's take a look at our Valentine's Day forecast. With that chance of a wintry mix later on into the evening, we're seeing a high of 2 degrees in the afternoon. So again, if you are heading out to any of those frost activities this weekend, I would suggest the earlier the better, just to make sure that we definitely avoid that. In Saskatoon, after you eat all your chocolates up in the morning, sun and clouds for your afternoon with that high of 0 degrees. And after that, Sunday, looking like we'll be seeing 1 degree, a mix of sun and clouds in Regina, some more snow on the way, likely starting on Monday. In Saskatoon, -1 on Sunday, -10 though on Monday, so temperatures will be dropping, and some more snow on the way on Tuesday. Look at this rural forecast. You will see a few flakes on your screen. It's expected to be falling in the early afternoon, pushing away for the later parts of the afternoon. Meadow Lake seeing those flakes. 3 degrees this afternoon, though. 3 degrees for Spiritwood. -1 in Watrous with a mix of sun and cloud, and 3 degrees expected for Outlook. Down towards the south, again, seeing some warmer temperatures. Usually it's Maple Creek with that hot spot. Today we're taking a look over at Coronach. 9 degrees with that sunshine this afternoon. 7 degrees for Rockland. 4 degrees for Pilot Butte. 5 degrees for Broadview. And 3 degrees for Carlisle. Let's take a look at Big River, where internet plans up to 1 gig are available from SaskTel. 3 degrees this afternoon, sun and clouds, and winds remaining low all throughout the afternoon.
Let's go back out to Blair Farthing now on location in Saskatoon. Blair, good morning.
Morning, Jeremy. Yeah, an exciting morning down here at 3 Hall Public House. We're talking the Kinsman Lottery. Deadline's coming up quick. They've got an amazing partner this year. Ronald McDonald House of Saskatchewan. Karen Lindsley joins us. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us what it means, I guess, first off, to partner up with something like this.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to partner up with Kinsman on this 50-50. You know, they're a great group of guys that come to the house. They really believe in the mission. They've cooked meals for the families. So they not only are raising money for us, but they're coming and seeing the mission firsthand and how it supports families.
I know a lot of people have obviously heard about the house and driven past it, but what do you do there exactly?
Yeah, so Ronald McDonald House supports families through accommodations, food programs, and support while their child is receiving medical treatment in Saskatoon. So we do our best to just alleviate some of the stressors that they may have outside of their child being sick.
Amazing stuff, and some exciting times for you. A couple new builds going on as well?
Yeah, we're building a 20-room house in Regina and a 12-room house in Prince Albert, so really excited to be able to expand our mission across the province and support more families during difficult times.
Good stuff. Anything else you want to add here other than telling people to get their tickets?
Yeah, we're just wanted to show our gratitude and just so grateful for the support that we've received so far and people who have bought their tickets, and congratulations to all the winners. And we encourage you to go out in this last push of the campaign and purchase your tickets and support Saskatchewan families.
Good stuff. And as we've heard from the Kinsman Club, there are hourly prizes and a huge final prize worth several $100,000. So make sure to get your tickets. You can win big and, of course, support Ronald McDonald House. Karen, big thanks for joining us here and best of luck with this lottery.
Thank you so much.
All right, back to you.
All right, Blair, thank you. We'll check back in with you again in just a little while.
Hello, Matt Scooby inside the TSN Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. For it, we go to Utah. Blazers and Jazz. Ace Bailey going to lose his dribble, so he thinks outside the box, fakes out Donovan Clingan badly, goes off the glass, and then slams it home. How about the high IQ play from Bailey? Finishes it off in style, completely fools the Blazers center. That is very nice. It's your must-see moment from Thursday. Well, tonight on TSN, NBA All-Star Weekend begins with the Celebrity Game, and Rising Stars Game coverage starts 7 p.m. Eastern. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
Not sure you've seen this, but this is one of the biggest trending stories in Canada right now. Okay. It's not unusual for sports fans to think their team stinks, but the Oshawa Generals, they have it the other way around. Allison Hurst explains.
The Oshawa Generals junior hockey team is last in the division, but it seems fans have something else to complain about.
Oh, that was horrible. I can't believe that people don't shower when they go to the game.
A letter was sent to Gens Nation on Tuesday saying, in part, we kindly ask for your cooperation with a few simple hygiene practices. And among other requests was one that, if you went to the gym or did something that produced body odor, please shower before attending the game. In Lisa Morin's 43 years as a season ticket holder, she's never gotten a letter like it.
People need to be clean when they go to the game. They did what they had to do.
CTV News reached out to the Oshawa Generals but did not hear back. The letter came from Jason Hickman, Director of Ticket Sales and Service. He told DurhamRegion.com in a phone interview, I got a lot of people complaining about the person next to them smelling like cat pee, bad breath, this and that, and everything else.
I appreciate it, right? Because I'm not going to mention it to someone that's beside me that they stink. I'd feel rude, right? So I'm glad they're taking the initiative.
Many, though, are baffled a team even had to make this request.
I think everyone should wear their deodorant, but I think it's a little crazy. It's a little weird, I guess. A little surprising that the sports team would say that.
I'd be pretty confused if I got a letter telling me to take a shower before I went to a game, honestly.
Late this afternoon, the team posted an apology to social media saying, hey, Gens Nation, we took a penalty on that last one. It's not our place to overstep like we did. We are sorry, and hopefully we can wash this one off. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
So who's in the right and who's in the wrong here?
I'm ready to be a villain. I'm ready to be a villain. I don't think the request was that outrageous. If they have been getting sufficient complaints about it, they've been getting enough to have issued that. Maybe I'm the villain here. I don't think that was unfair.
Who's going to a hockey game smelling? Who doesn't give a quick...
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting take. Let's get over to our question of the day, which is about Valentine's Day. It's our favorite love songs.
Yes, and we have
Maybe it's Love Stinks.
Yeah, Love Stinks, yeah. No, we have a lot of answers this morning. Thank you if you have written into us so far. Let's get over to the big board. Our first answer coming up here is from Rod saying, You're Still the One by Shania Twain. It's the song my wife and I used for our wedding. We had Debbie saying Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. That's a good one.
Answer to our question, our morning mystery yesterday.
Yeah. Betty saying, my favorite love song is Lady by Kenny Rogers. We had Karen S. saying, my favorite love songs are It's Your Love, Tim McGraw, and Faith Hill, Falling Into You, Celine Dion.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Nathan saying This Must Be the Place by Talking Heads, and Heather saying Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
One of our two wedding songs.
Perfect, so good.
Oh, yeah. Becca saying Savage Garden, Truly, Madly, Deeply, and Tracy saying Just Pretend. So some good answers so far, but we want to hear from you. Text your name and your answer to 10400. Standard message rates may apply, or you can also scan that QR code on your screen. We'll share some more answers in about 1 hour.
Love.
The Canadian government's deal with China to allow Chinese-made electric vehicles into the country is putting more important trade negotiations with the U.S. at risk, according to a representative for American automakers. Brian Kingston is the chief executive officer of the Canadian Vehicle Manufacturers Association. He says the move further complicates what's already become a very challenging discussion. His group represents GM, Stellantis, and Ford. TELUS announcing a surprising succession marking the end of Chief Executive Officer Darren Entwistle's 26-year tenure. They've tapped recently retired bank chief Victor Dodig to take over the company as it faces investor pressure over its slow growth. And finally, Meta was granted a patent in late December that outlines how a large language model can simulate a person's social media activity, such as responding to content posted by real people, even if said person is dead. We have no plans to move forward with this example, a spokesperson for Meta told Business Insider. Those are your morning business headlines. For B&M Bloomberg, I'm Roger Peterson.
One more time, our morning mystery for this Friday. It is a song. I'm going to guess it's probably a love song, given that it is almost Valentine's Day. Let's get to clue number one. It is an iconic ballad originally released in 1974. It wasn't written as a love song, but as a farewell to a business partner.
Oh.
Okay, question three. Dolly Parton wrote it about the same time she wrote another massive hit, Jolene. Wow, that's a lot of word letters. Oh, no.
If I'm wrong on this one, I'm going to feel very upset.
Oh, I'm scratching this so fast. Okay, I got mine. You got yours? I'll always love you. I'll always love you. All right, let's scroll a little further to see where we're at. I Will Always Love You. It was also recorded, of course, by Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, there is your morning mystery.
Studio consideration provided by Father's Furniture, specializing in quality Canadian-made furniture.
Here's looking at your school day forecast, brought to you by CAA School Safety Patrol, working together to keep our school zone safe. If you're heading out to catch the bus in Regina, we're at -7. A bit cooler in Saskatoon, -9 this hour. By lunchtime in Regina, we'll be sitting at -1. And by final bell, crawling up to that daytime high of 4 degrees, mainly sunny skies throughout the afternoon and low wind speeds. By lunchtime in Saskatoon, -5. And by final bell, that expected daytime high of -1. As we go to break, here's a look at those gas prices in Regina. The common price is $127.9. You might find it for as low as $104.9. In Saskatoon, the common price $124.9. You might find it for as low as $114.9. In the farm markets this morning, the street price of canola is at $615.63 per ton, and the futures price is at $667.80 per ton. Amber Durham wheat now at $278.59 per ton, and red spring wheat at $259.73 per ton. And the Canadian dollar trading down once again today. It's at 73.50 cents U.S. We'll be right back.
Bonjour. Welcome to your 7:30 news. We begin with an inquest into the death at a Saskatchewan penitentiary, hearing about the inmate's behavior in the days and weeks before his death. Jasmine Peltier leads us off.
On November 28, 2022, Brandon Lupkowski was found unresponsive in his cell at Saskatchewan Penitentiary, and resuscitation efforts were unsuccessful. The forensic pathologist who conducted the autopsy believed 28-year-old Lupkowski's wounds to be self-inflicted. On Thursday morning, the jury heard from Lupkowski's correctional program facilitator, who at the time of Lupkowski's death worked with inmates discussing emotional management and behavior. She said following an incident in October where Lupkowski was found with sharp-edged tools on his person, he stopped attending her program. 2 weeks before his death, the program facilitator documented significant weight loss and behavioral changes in Lupkowski, including paranoia. She and Lupkowski's parole officer both met with Lupkowski, who denied having any thoughts of self-harm. The program facilitator said Lupkowski had been under mental health observation before being moved to a mental health range where he stayed until his death. When Lupkowski was found unresponsive during a regular check, he was hidden behind a blanket covering the entire cell door. Inmates are not permitted to fully cover the cell door, but senior penitentiary staff say the rule is not regularly enforced to respect the inmate's privacy. At the inquest, Coroner Timothy Horluck stated that this was the first time he's seen cell doors covered. He said that while policy dictates during a check officers must ensure a living, breathing body in each cell, without a visual, a living, breathing body could be on the verge of inflicting personal harm. It will be up to the jury to come up with recommendations on how to prevent future deaths. Jasmine Peltier, CTV News, Prince Albert.
Final arguments yesterday in a Saskatoon murder trial. 48-year-old Arden Panapikisik was pronounced dead inside his home on February 10th of 2024. 23-year-old Catlum Desjardins Kelly is charged with second-degree murder. Court heard a bullet hit him in the neck after an exchange of gunfire between the two men. The crux of the case is intent. The defense argues Desjardins Kelly fired in self-defense, while the Crown submits Desjardins Kelly pulled the trigger with intent to kill. U.S. media outlets are reporting that the Trump administration is sending a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East amid tensions with Iran. The carrier USS Gerald R. Ford and its escort ships reportedly being sent from the Caribbean and U.S. President Donald Trump's campaign in Venezuela. The first aircraft carrier, the USS Abraham Lincoln, and several guided missile destroyers arrived in the Middle East in January. This comes as Trump considers whether to take possible military action against Iran. U Sports women's basketball playoffs get underway this weekend.
If you had told us we'd be 17-3, we wouldn't really care how we got there. You know, like however that ended up, that would be a great result. So we're very happy and proud of the way we've done it.
That's Coach Mack. The Regina Cougars await the winner of a play-in game on Saturday at the U of R gym. It is a single elimination format, which means zero room for error.
It's still business as usual, but I would also say it is different. It absolutely is different, and this is I don't want to say our mindset has changed, but like we're in playoff basketball now, and every team we have to take seriously, and obviously it is hard not knowing who we're playing. I'd rather be in this position though of having one more day of rest and being able to prepare for those teams.
Now the Huskies are also at home taking on the winner of Mount Royal and Fraser Valley on Saturday, so a couple of play-in games. Both women's teams, Cougars and Huskies, played volleyball last night. They're going to do that again tonight at the U of R gym. That's a 7 o'clock start. We are just one day away from the most romantic day of the year, so they say. The Valentine's Day. Ahead of it, we are finding out from some of the pros what it takes to keep that love alive a little longer. Here's Danny New.
His parents moved away, but I never forgot her.
As demonstrated in When Harry Met Sally, we can learn a lot about love from couples in their golden years.
Okay, 30-year-old. What do you want to know?
Which is why, for Valentine's Day, I interviewed 4 couples at Juniper Village in Paramus, New Jersey. For example, I spoke with Stanley and Alice here, who still remember their first movie date in 1956.
You remember the name of the picture?
It was dumb.
What?
These two have been married for almost 70 years. So what's their advice for a long, happy marriage?
That's the biggest thing, trust. If you make a commitment, stick by it.
And then there's Juanita and Romeo, who have been married for 61 years, ever since Juanita went up to Romeo at the YMCA and said,
I told him, I'm hungry.
The rest is history. And actually, Juanita's advice for a long, happy relationship also boils down to one word.
Be very, very, very patient. Very, very, very.
Now let's chat with 2 Brooklynites, Betty and Frank, who have been married for 51 years, and now also have Leo here, who clearly loves Mom.
Well, you would love me too if you sat on my lap all day and I petted you.
Don't tempt me. I asked them about how to properly celebrate Valentine's Day, and Betty said it's all about optimizing your timing.
Do it the next day because they overcharge you on those days. They really do. They overcharge.
And finally, I spoke with Karen and Herb, who, after meeting at Juniper Village, have been dating for 2 years.
Anonymously, he started sending me flowers.
Karen says she was starting to feel hopeless during a tough medical battle. But once Herb started sending her flowers and taking her to Dairy Queen...
Since Herb has come into my life, life is a lot of fun.
By the way, Betty, who had the dog on her lap, Valentine's Day is actually her birthday. So please join me in wishing Betty a very happy 77th birthday. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
How sweet is that? And maybe somebody's first date could be on us.
Yeah, because I like to give things away now. So Ram Motorsport Spectacular returns to SaskTel Centre in Saskatoon for 3 shows, February 21st and 22nd. We want you to catch all that action. Enter online at ctvregina.ca or ctvsaskatoon.ca for your chance to win a family pack of 4 tickets to the show. All right, let's turn our attention back to this morning view. It's brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. Not a bad start to the day in Regina, -7. We do see the sun is trying to make its way up right now. It's still a little dark out there. Winds coming in at 11 kilometers per hour. In Saskatoon, -9 to wake us up, and winds coming in at 6 kilometers per hour. As you can see, we're not really worrying about those winds this afternoon, and this is for a 3rd day in a row. In Saskatchewan, we know strong winds and how those gusts can be quite powerful. We have been really treated in the past 3 days to really low, calm wind speeds. Let's talk about some hot and cold spots now. Maple Creek has taken over our hot spot from Loon Lake. They're at 2.0 degrees. The cold spot, Watrous, -13.5. They dethroned Prince Albert. White Rock, BC is the hot spot in the country, 8.1 degrees right now. And Thompson River, Northwest Territories remains the Canadian cold spot way up north, -48.0 right now. So let's talk about everything else in between. We did just say Watrous was at -13.5. They dethroned Prince Albert by those decimal points. Prince Albert is at -13 degrees as well. -12 in Nipawin, -8 in Melfort, -11 in Hudson Bay. Down towards the south, seeing a lot more of those negative temperatures up there. We haven't really seen a lot of those positives quite yet. -3 in Swift Current, -6 in Moose Jaw, -7 in Weyburn, and -4 to wake us up in Estevan. Later on this afternoon, we will be seeing a lot more of those positive temperatures for some places in central Saskatchewan, but a lot down towards the south. 6 degrees for Swift Current, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw, Weyburn, and Estevan, -1 for Yorkton, 4 degrees for Regina, and -1 expected for Saskatoon. Let's turn our attention now to this 7-day forecast. So your Valentine's Day tomorrow, 2 degrees for Regina, mix of sun and cloud in the early afternoon. So it is a great day to get outside and enjoy some of those frost activities in the city. However, it's later on in the afternoon and into the early evening where we do have a chance of seeing a wintry mix of some precipitation. It's not going to be a lot, but just know that we could be seeing some of that rain. 1 degree on Sunday in Regina, 2 degrees on Monday, with some more flurries starting on that day and carrying us into Tuesday and Wednesday. And as you can see, temperatures will be dropping back down to be feeling more like winter again instead of this fall spring. Saskatoon is 0 degrees for your Valentine's Day. Not expecting to see as much of that precipitation there tomorrow. -1 on Sunday, -10 on Monday, and some more flurries returning on Tuesday, dropping down to -16 though by Thursday.
Just don't let the moment get too big. Like at the end, like we're just playing games at the Cali. It's us same 4 idiots that are going to be out on the ice. Like we're out there having fun, and yeah, like sure it's going to be a great competition, but this is a week that we're going to look back on. So it's not too many times you get to play in a home national.
U Sports National Curling Championships begin Tuesday in Regina. The host Cougars are ready to defend all of the home ice. It's the Cali Curling Club. You're going to see some great action. Matt Ring and Carter Williamson are in studio with us this morning. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having us.
How exciting is it to welcome the curling world here to Regina?
Oh, it's so exciting. Like it's going to be an amazing week, I think, next year. Yeah.
Tell us about what we're about to see on Tuesday.
From a host committee perspective, we have a tremendous team, an all alumni team. Coaches, athletes, staff are part of this host committee, which we believe is the first. Carter was on the host committee as well, so we're excited, and 80+ volunteers are willing to help us out too, so it'll be a jam-packed Cali Curling Club.
How hard is it to put something like this together at the Cali?
Well, when you're an athlete in these things, it's kind of probably the easiest job. My job was kind of just the ideas. Like it was. You're the idea guy. Yeah, making everyone else work. So no, like. I probably shouldn't speak on it at all. Probably Matt, if any. But
oh no, it takes an army to pull one of these off. Again, not to the magnitude of a Briar that's been here over the last few years, but again, Carter said a national championship is pretty special, and teams come from across the country. It'll be neat for sure.
Yeah, who are we going to see beyond the Cougars?
On the U Sports men's side, we got the defending champs, Wilfred Laurier is going to be coming here. The silver medalists as well, and I guess bronze, the Carleton Ravens and Memorial Seahawks. Like all those, best. Yeah, some of the best.
How do you prepare for this? You don't see them very often.
Just practice as much as you can.
That's it.
Yeah, just like taking a test. Like we're just spending a ton of time at the rink and charting rocks. I was having Maddie help out a couple times with that, but yeah, no, just try to get everyone feeling good with where they're at, and there's going to be a lot of new things at the Cali next week for our guys, so just want to make sure that we can at least square away like our mechanics before we head out there.
People are watching Olympic curling right now. Now there's a chance to see some homegrown talent take on some of the best in the entire country. Just what does it mean to you to be able to showcase what you guys can do?
It's pretty special, and I know Carter and I work close with our marketing team. We came up with a theme of who's next, and sometimes it's lost. There's so many good names that have come through this program. Brett Gallant, one mixed doubles Canadian Olympic team, has been through the UPEI program at that university. And Matt Dunstone, obviously lost a couple Brier finals, came up through University of Manitoba, and of course Mark Kennedy came through the Brandon and program over there. So a lot of players, notable players. So who knows who's next at the Cali coming up to the next star for sure. Yeah,
it's Matt Ring.
Exactly.
Carter Williamson. That's who it is. Yeah. Get people excited to actually come out. When do they, if somebody's never been to a curling event before and they want to take this one in as the very first, what do they expect when they come through the door?
I think just a great community, like the Cali's. So I love that place. That's my home away from home. We're gonna have an amazing setup out there. There's gonna be fans out on the ice, out on the end sheets, and it's gonna be loud. There's gonna be cowbells just ringing nonstop. So no, I think it's gonna be a great atmosphere. Like, really looking forward to having everyone out there.
We got to get people there. So we need tickets, we need times, we need all that good stuff.
Yes, for sure. No, tickets are on sale on showpass.com. If you just search up U Sports or CCA Curling, they'll pop up there for you. Or you can buy them at the door too. Come on down. For all skills, all ages. If anyone wants to just come check it out, we're having a student night with the U of R Student Association for those who haven't seen curling before, who are
it's all
excited.
ReginaCougars.com.
Yeah.
Here's what's happening in our community. On Valentine's Day, there's a tea and bake sale at 2 p.m. out in Kenora at 201 4th Avenue. Admission $6. A steak night and dance on February 14th at 6 p.m. at the Welwyn Rink out in Welwyn. For tickets, call 306-434-6999. Valentine's Day dance on February 14th, 7:30 p.m. at the Hazeldale Community Center. Call 306-547. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, Kayleen would like me to tell you, Janelle, that she loves you. You're out at Frost today, which is a great date idea.
Yeah, well, wait. Tell Kayleen I love her more. Now let's get into things. I've got Mayor Chad Baczynski here with me. We're having a lot of fun out here on Mosaic Stadium. Actually, camera operator Ashley and I just conquered the bouncy house behind us, so I'm a little out of breath. Bear with me, but Chad, let's talk a little bit more about what else is going on down here at Mosaic Stadium.
Absolutely. Well, you just talked about the bouncy castle, and you guys were making a lot of noise going through that, I heard. But yeah, we've got the whole stadium opened up with the bouncy castle. We're gonna have snowshoeing and that going on. Hopefully, some snow is still sticking around for us for that. Pretty cool. We have the Olympics on behind us on the big screen, and then inside we've even got the curling. We've got a really cool snowboard apparatus, and obviously some amazing food as well.
Yes, everything in here is a ton of fun. Now, you're down here, you're enjoying Frost. Chad, what are you going to first?
You know what? I think I need to try the snowboarding inside there. I'm kind of a techie guy, and I really got to see how that works. So I'm ready to check it out.
All right. Well, it looks like a lot of fun. What days are Frost running on? How can people be a part of it?
Yeah, this upcoming weekend and next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and get down to Mosaic Stadium. We've also got activations in the Warehouse District, downtown, and across the city here, and obviously at Real District. And come check it out. Lots lots of different activations going on through the city. And to check it out, go to frostregina.com. It'll tell you where everything is and what everything is going on.
Awesome. All right. Well, lots of fun going on here. I'm going to step off and catch my breath. My goodness. But make sure you're coming down to Mosaic Stadium. As you can see, there's a lot of fun going on, especially down on the field.
Two things, Janelle. One, you need to record yourself going through that maze or you can't come back here. And two, Tim Day just slid down that ramp. I want you to go ask if his hips and knees are okay. He looked like he came off pretty viciously.
That was actually his second time going down, so he might need some recovery.
8535, real fast. Thank you, Janelle.
It's February 13th, and we have these milestones to share with you. We'll start off with a big happy birthday going out to Abigail on her 5th birthday today. We hope this is a super special day. Lots of love from your grandma, grandpa, your pal DJ, as well as the rest of your family. Turning 12 years old today is this awesome grandson, Carter. Your grandpa and mamere say they love you so much. Enjoy your day. Happy birthday wishes also going out to Lance today. We hope this is your best birthday yet. Lots of love from all of your friends and family. Celebrating her sweet 16 today is Haley. Happy birthday to you. Lots of love from your mom, dad, and Leland. And looking forward to the weekend now. Happy 85th birthday to Ernest Sonny K from all of your family and friends of Kawakatus. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. Turning 4 years old tomorrow is Archer. Happy birthday wishes coming to you from your Grandpa Dave and Grandma Sherry.
Milestones, brought to you by Harbor Landing Village, an award-winning senior care and living community in Regina.
If you have a milestone coming up, send us an email to yourmorningsaskatchewan@ctv.ca or simply scan that QR code on your screen. Please send those in at least one day in advance.
Chase, did you see your former boss Tim Day go off that bouncy house? I think his hips are damaged.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a solid 7. He could have stuck the landing a little better. Like, you got to have the big smile at the end to that. Looked painful.
Yikes.
But we're talking about breaking things here today, not bones like Tim Shirley did, but the quickest thing that you have ever broke.
Tim Shirley did.
Because the Olympics, you've probably seen this, a bunch of athletes have busted up their medals.
These boxes.
They've dropped off from the ribbon instantly. So what is the quickest that you've broke something? You can send us a message over Facebook or Instagram. And good news, too, crack the co-op number. We got it another digit this morning as Chelsea was able to guess a 2. So just 2 left. We got $1,100 to play for. And next play coming up 4 o'clock this afternoon with Brandon.
Tell me why.
You already know how it ends.
Well, then, start from the beginning.
Nicolas Cage returns to his Into the Spider-Verse role in the first teaser for Spider Noir. He plays a down-on-his-luck private eye and occasional superhero in an alternate 1930s New York. The series debuts on MGM Plus May 25th and swings into streaming on Prime Video May 27th in 2 versions, true hue full color and authentic black and white. David Boreanaz is set to play an iconic gumshoe. The Angel, Bones, and SEAL Team star has been cast in NBC's reboot of The Rockford Files. The late James Garner originally played Private Eye Jim Rockford. We'll see how Boreanaz's wit, charm, and answering machine message stack up. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Let's take you to Florida and show a woman seeing snow for the very first time.
Oh my God, it's so pretty.
They got snowed in. She'd never seen snow before. This young lady's name is Megan. And she's about to get the full experience, too.
Yeah.
Here she goes.
I wonder how quickly this luster wears off when she's out there for a little longer.
Kicks off the shoes.
Wow.
She's about to plant her face in a snow table.
She's going to regret that.
You might.
I think it's good for your skin, though, right?
It's rejuvenation.
Yeah.
It's got to be some sort of benefit.
It's like a little spa.
Should we sell that?
Canadian snow.
Should we start
real
marketing?
Canadian snow?
We'll mail it to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll get there. Time out. We got more news in your weather forecast right after this. It's Friday the 13th of February.
Teacher, can you, Mr. Noronia, can you use a little trailer? And yes, yeah, a little. Sorry.
Survivors of the shooting in BC left heartbroken.
So that gives us the opportunity to spend more time with proactive initiatives.
The Saskatchewan Marshal Service looking for new recruits. The Saskatchewan a cappella group looking to spread some love, singing right into our hearts. Stay with us, Saskatchewan. Your morning starts right now. Welcome to Your Morning Saskatchewan. I'm Daryl.
And I'm Keeleen. Thanks for starting your Friday morning with us.
We're still asking you at home your favorite love songs.
Yes, and Tracy actually just wrote in and said Amazed by Lone Star, which when I tell you, when I hear that one, instant tears. It was my parents' wedding song. I will cry every single time.
Should we test that?
Don't do it. Don't do it. It was my parents' wedding song.
Oh, the news is going to make you cry. It's all full of sadness, so get ready for it. Here we go. The heartbreak is unbearable in BC as we learn more about the victims of the Tumbler Ridge mass shooting.
She's been the glue in our family, the bridge between the age gaps. She could mature to roll with her older sisters. To accept that my daughter is gone is impossible.
Sarah Lampert is the mother of a 12-year-old who was killed in the violence. We're also learning that a 12-year-old named Abel Mwasa was killed. The video shared by his father. The shooting also took the lives of 12-year-old Kylie Smith, 12-year-old Zoe Benoit, 12-year-old Ezekiel Schofield, and a 39-year-old educator. They were all killed at the school. The suspected shooter's stepbrother, 11-year-old Emmett Jacobs, and the shooter's mother, 39-year-old Jennifer Jacobs, both shot to death in their home.
With those families, those loved ones who are suffering right now, and with little Maya who's in the hospital.
12-year-old Maya was wounded in the head and neck and remains in a coma at Children's Hospital in Vancouver. Her mother provided an update on social media saying she's moved. It's a kick and a hand move, but it's something, and they're keeping up the positive vibes. 19-year-old Paige Hoekstra was also shot. She remains in hospital. In an update, her sister says she's had surgery and shared words from Paige saying, "I am okay and I am recovering." The Munich Security Conference, an annual gathering of top international security figures, begins today, but the Prime Minister will not be attending. His office saying he wants to stay in the country following the mass shooting. 3 federal cabinet ministers will still attend that conference. It is considered the world's leading forum for discussions on global security and defense policy, with leaders from more than 115 countries attending. Carney was planning to continue his push to attract investment to Canada and expand defense partnerships before he canceled the trip. A one-time GST top-up payment is coming as early as this spring after a new affordability bill received royal assent. The Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit was fast-tracked through Parliament with Conservative support, even though the opposition called it a band-aid solution to the cost of living crisis. The payment for millions of low-income Canadians will be worth 50% of the GST tax credit, which works out to just over $1,800 for a family of 4. After that, the annual benefit will go down to roughly $1,400 for the next 4 years. Saskatchewan Marshal Service looking for new recruits this morning. The police force was formed in 2022, but the provincial government now says it's operational in Prince Albert, and they are looking to expand, recruiting both new and experienced officers. They say it offers a unique policing opportunity.
The biggest thing is the Marshal Service is a bit unique compared to other police services in the province, as we're not a call response service. So that gives us the opportunity to spend more time with proactive initiatives or investigations and coming up with different projects to not only help other police services, but also to help other communities.
The Marshals have officers based in PA, North Battleford. They want to open up in Saskatoon and Regina. Saskatoon police say a man with a history of spying on women is being released from custody this weekend. Jeremy Dodge, what do we need to know?
Daryl, Saskatoon police say a man with a history of spying on women is being released from custody. His name is 37-year-old Kyle Ronald Hamilak, previously convicted of 70 incidents of voyeurism, indecent acts, and trespassing at night. Last fall, he was sentenced to 2 years and 10 months behind bars after pleading guilty to 23 counts of voyeurism and 2 counts of breaching probation. But with time served, he only had 7 months to go. He admitted to secretly watching or recording 23 women through the windows of their homes while they were fully or partially nude. Hamilak has prior convictions for voyeurism in 2017 and 2020. Police say Hamilak is being released from custody on Saturday and is expected to live in Saskatoon. He will have court-imposed conditions in place, but because he is at risk to reoffend, police are releasing his name and information and asking the public to be vigilant. The Court of King's Bench now, where lawyers have made their final arguments in a murder trial. As CTV's Laura Woodward reports, the fate of the case now rests with a jury.
A Saskatoon jury has begun deliberations in the trial of 23-year-old Caitlin Desjardins Kelly. He's charged with second-degree murder in the death of 48-year-old Arden Panapakisik, who was pronounced dead inside his home on February 10, 2024. This surveillance footage played in court shows police arriving at the scene. Court heard that a bullet struck Panapakisik in the neck after an exchange of gunfire between the two men. The bullet passed through a door frame before hitting him. The crux of the case is intent. The defense says Desjardins Kelly fired in self-defense, arguing the bullet's ricochet off the doorframe shows it was not a targeted shot. Meanwhile, the Crown prosecutor argues Desjardins Kelly's choice to return to the home after the initial gunfight to fire again shows intent. The 12 jurors must now weigh the evidence and return a verdict of either not guilty, guilty of second-degree murder, or guilty of the lesser-included offense of manslaughter. Laura Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Well, Daryl, the robots are coming to help our health system.
Yeah, fourth one being installed at Royal University Hospital up in your neck of the woods to assist in surgeries. The health minister says the system is used during minimally invasive procedures. It has already helped with 20 surgeries, they tell us, since becoming operational. 3 other robotic systems are in place in Regina and Saskatoon, helping with almost 500 surgeries in 2025. The Trump administration is ending its immigration crackdown in Minnesota after 2 months.
I'm not going to remove everybody out of the safety order for officers, but like I said, and Operation Metro Surge is ending.
The operation led to the arrest of thousands nationwide in mass protests. 2 people, Renee Good and Alex Pretty, were killed by officers in January. Some U.S. personnel will remain until investigators are done their work. A Facebook post on a Saskatchewan page dedicated to the past has an unlikely connection to the present. With that, here's Jacob Carr.
Ray Chu was rifling through his late father's collection of keychains at his home in California late in January when one in particular caught his eye.
They had Hawaii addresses or phone numbers, or they were businesses that I remember going to as a kid. But this one keychain for Percival Mercury and Ross Baumgartner just didn't seem familiar to me at all.
A Google search led him to the old car dealership, now Capital Ford Lincoln, in Regina. He then posted a picture of the keychain on the nostalgic Regina, Saskatchewan Facebook page. After a flurry of responses, the information eventually made its way to Baumgartner's daughter, Jackie Brown.
Shock, yeah. At first I thought maybe it was a joke or something. I thought, no, this isn't right. It's not the same person, but it was. So it was pretty cool.
Chu posted the picture on January 29th, 2 months to the day of Baumgartner's passing. Jackie's husband Simon says the response the post has received is overwhelming in the most positive of ways.
Somebody else saying, yeah, he sold me 5 cars or 5 trucks, and yeah, it was just something completely different for us. And it was actually just something that made us feel good inside to know, hey, you know what, maybe, something's telling us Ross is still around.
And for Jackie, the reemergence of the keychain from her father's days as a car salesman brings back a flood of memories from her childhood.
Lots of memories. I remember going there and hanging out the lot with them. The staff Christmas parties they would have, and all us kids would be there.
The keychain will be on its way to the Brown household shortly. Chu saying he has been in contact with the Browns and has discussed how it would mean much more to their family to have it as a keepsake. So call it fate or coincidence. Either way, the Browns will soon have another memento to remember Baumgartner by. All thanks to a Facebook page dedicated to reminiscing about Regina. Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
And to the Olympic Games, Canada's men's hockey team plays its second preliminary game today against Switzerland. They beat Czechia 5-0 yesterday. Meanwhile, the playoffs are starting on the women's side. Canada does have today off after they beat Finland 5-0 yesterday. They will play Germany tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Here's the updated medal standings as we know them. Norway in first with 8 gold. Of course, that is ranked the highest. That's why they are ahead of Italy with 16 medals at 17 apiece. Canada down there with 0 gold, 3 silver, 4 bronze, 7 total medals. Chances to get some more today. As we see coming up later today, it is the longest event in Olympic speed skating, the 10,000-meter race. Canada's Ted-Jan Bloemen at 39 years old will compete. In figure skating, it's the men's free skate. The quad god Ilya Malenin will compete for the U.S. He's in the lead. Canada's Steven Gogolev is in 10th position. So we have lots to watch this afternoon. Good excuse to stay in this afternoon, watch a hockey game. That's not bad, Kayleen.
Recommendation would be, if you want to get outside, do so today because temperatures into next week are dropping. We got to enjoy those nice temperatures while they're still here. Right now in Regina, we already have that sun up, so that's nice to see. Temperatures have been remaining pretty steady, though, so far this morning. In Regina, we're at -7, winds at 13 kilometers per hour. Those clouds have moved back into the area, -10 in Saskatoon, so slightly below what we were just observing a few minutes ago, and winds still calm, coming in at 6 kilometers per hour. Don't worry too much about those winds into the afternoon. We're seeing our 3rd day in a row of very calm winds all throughout the province. In terms of those temperatures, again, today it's going to be really nice, especially down towards the south. 6 degrees for Swift Current, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw, Weyburn, Estevan. Regina, 4 degrees. That is a notch below where we reached yesterday, but things are still really good. -1 in Yorkton, mix of sun and clouds. -1 in Saskatoon, and 2 degrees expected for the Battlefords and for Prince Albert. We are talking about a little bit of precipitation in the province today, though. Of course, it's heading right over top of the areas around Prince Albert there. This is at about 1:30 p.m. on your screen. You can still see the last little blips there of that snow system. It's going to be pushing off into Manitoba. And then we're talking about the clouds increasing quite significantly for our weekend. So for your Valentine's Day, talking about a lot of clouds, a few flakes on the screen there, as you can see up north about 11:30 a.m. and then right around the areas of Regina. Don't worry about that too much in the morning hours. We are likely going to be talking about some precipitation later on into the evening, though. Right now, though, this is at about 2:45 p.m. where the system grows larger right in between Regina to Yorkton. Yorkton going to be seeing some of those flakes tomorrow. And this is on your screen at about 7:30 p.m. where we see the green and the pink colors popping up around Estevan and Regina. So indicating that wintry mix that's on the way later on into the day once we get through that afternoon of that mix of sun and clouds. Sunday, this is at about 2 a.m. You can see some flurries on your screen in areas around Prince Albert, Saskatoon there, Yorkton, of course, as well. Let's talk about your Valentine's Day temperatures. With that wintry mix later on into the evening, we're talking about that mix of sun and clouds earlier on in the afternoon, though. 2 degrees for Regina. In Saskatoon, you can eat that box of chocolates for your morning and not feel guilty about it. Sun and clouds for your afternoon, 0 degrees. Your 5-day forecast looking like Sunday is going to be about 1 degree for Regina with that mix of sun and cloud, 2 degree on Monday, and we are seeing some more flurries popping up on the radar on that day, dropping down to -4 on Tuesday. And then later on into your work week next week, we are going to be seeing temperatures drop even farther. In Saskatoon, -1 on Sunday, -10 on Monday, and -8 on Tuesday with some more flurries on the way.
to this day in history. February 13th, 1999, the Toronto Maple Leafs played their last game at Maple Leaf Gardens. February 13th, 1988, Calgary officially opened the Winter Games at McMahon Stadium. Look at those white hats. And on the 13th, in 1833, Hamilton, Ontario, incorporated as a town. It was home to 7 taverns, 2 saddlers, and 1 hat maker.
You ever been watching the Olympics, guys, and said, hey, I bet I could do that? I think we all have. But one content creator from Toronto is actually doing it.
I think the whole purpose of the series, obviously, is 1, to have fun, but 2 is to really showcase how amazing these Olympians are.
That's Simona Stallone, creator of the social media series called The Out of Shape Olympics. She tried more than 20 sports in 2024 for the Summer Olympics. Now she's working her way through the winter events. She's done skiing, curling, bobsledding.
Oh, boy.
I have to go back to a few days ago when I was watching the actual Olympics, and I was watching someone ski jumping, and I heard the actual announcer as they lifted off into the air. Yeah. The announcer went, kind of out of shape. And then I said, if I was an Olympian that worked so hard to get there, and the announcer goes, kind of out of shape as soon as I start my run.
What they meant was form.
I know, but it's just the way they said it. I was like,
I know how it sounds, especially if you don't watch all the time, right?
That's an Olympian.
The one, Jeremy, I always thought I could do well because I've played hockey my whole life, and I'm confident in saying I'm a good skater. Was speed skating, but I tried them on at the Olympic Oval one time, and it was like butter knives. So I did giraffe on skates.
Yeah,
I can't skate on any
it's very different.
Oh, it's different. My goodness. Question of the day, we're getting all kinds of answers for everyone's favorite love song.
Yeah, and of course, because I'm biased, I put Tracy's answer first, saying Amazed by Lone Star. Again, one of my favorites. Thank you for your answer, Tracy. Phil in Saskatoon saying, for male singers, it's Neon Moon, Brooks and Dunn. And for females, it's Forever and for Always, Shania Twain. That one also, I love that one. Paula saying Till My Last Day by Justin Moore. Sheldon saying Do You Love Me? Check Yes or No by George Strait.
The King.
Yeah. Plus Sold by John Michael Montgomery. Some more answers coming in saying, Lois saying Little Arrows by Leapy Lee and I Remember You, Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, if that's your love song, that's your love
Beautiful
song.
ballad.
All right.
Yeah.
Cross My Heart, Bruce Springsteen, or Tougher Than the Rest by Bruce Springsteen. And Lori saying, my favorite love song is Endless Love. That was also a question to our morning mystery just a few days
Happy
ago.
Gilmore.
Kevin saying In My Life by the Beatles. It's a timeless love song. And we had Denise saying her favorite is Love Me Tender by Elvis Presley. Some great answers today.
The King. As we go into break, we'll be back with health news right after this.
It's a rising problem. Around 77% of high schoolers reported insufficient sleep on a CDC survey. While sleep is an important pillar of health and well-being, a new study finds it's also closely connected to another critical component: exercise.
There's a common fear that if teens sleep more, there will be less time for them to be active. And our results really suggest the opposite.
Kayla Johnson with the University of Minnesota School of Public Health is lead author of the research, which found that sleep is the foundation of physical activity. And if a teen can get sufficient sleep, it will likely help them to move more.
The kids that are sleeping more are also the kids that are spending less time sitting around on the couch.
8 to 10 hours of sleep each day is recommended for teens ages 13 to 18. To help them get adequate sleep, Johnson says we need to stop fighting teen body clocks.
Well, a lot of parents and teens don't realize that there is a biological shift that occurs in the early teen years, which delay the internal signals that make you tired. And this makes going to bed before 10 or 11 p.m. extremely difficult for teens.
Johnson says teens who are more in line with their biological clock and go to sleep a little later are also the ones who move more throughout the day. She says changes need to be made at school and home to support sufficient sleep.
Making sure that everyone knows how much sleep they actually need and supporting them in having a regular sleep schedule.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Health Report, brought to you in part by SEIU West, Saskatchewan's first healthcare union.
The Kinsman 50-50 final deadline is almost here, and our Blair Farthing's on location with the Kinsman Club of Saskatoon this morning, getting the final details on what you need to know.
Down here one last time at 3 Hall Public House with Shane, Lottery Chair. Big thanks for being here this morning.
Oh, no, thanks for you guys coming out, and thank you 3 Hall for helping us out, opening up early. It's going to be a great day.
Talk a little bit about what people need to know as we approach the deadline. How can they get their tickets? Why do they got to hustle?
Yeah, so anybody who buys a ticket from now to the end of the day is in for the remaining draws, right? So we still got another $22,000 to give away, that if you buy now, you're going to be in for that. There's also going to be, we got our final deadline is tomorrow at midnight, and the jackpot on there is just pushing 280, 290. Haven't checked the ticker yet in a little bit.
So big money to win here.
Absolutely. Big money to win. Kinsman5050lottery.com is the easiest way to grab your tickets.
And as we heard earlier in the show, a great partner here, Ronald McDonald House. What does it mean to the Kinsman to partner with that?
The Ronald McDonald House, Karen is always is pretty humble about it. Our partnership with them is wonderful. We really, their mission and what our values are very much aligned, and we love what they do. We go and we volunteered. We've seen firsthand the kind of work they do, and us as a group of volunteer men with families and children, it really hits home how much of a impact they have on any of the people that are visiting the home.
I'd love to hear that. All right, I'll give you the final word here. One more time. How do people get tickets?
Kinsman5050lottery.com. Best place to get your tickets. Get them now. You're in for all the final draws.
Amazing stuff. Big thanks for joining us, and best of luck to the final few days here.
Thank you so much for having us.
All aboard. Fun to say, but it's also the title of the annual Model Railroad Train Show here in Saskatoon. Craig McIntyre with us again. You are the festival organizer. So for people who have never been, it seems pretty self-explanatory, but how do you describe the event?
Well, it's a fun family event. We welcome train displays and vendors and manufacturers from all over Western Canada. So there's something there for all ages to see and enjoy.
And it is a huge show. You're in Prairieland Park, and that's a lot of space to fill up, but you do it every year. So you said there'll be displays from other provinces as well?
Yeah, we have displays coming from Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta as well.
Okay, so very much a prairie event. And you talked about the vendors, because there's over and above seeing the great work that the model enthusiasts put together and the displays, there'll be vendors there as well.
Yeah, we have multiple vendors coming in, and we also have 3 manufacturers that are going to be there showing their new products. And we have the Railroad Museum there, and we also have the police or the CN safety people there as well to promote railroad safety.
And I know there's also the Lego people.
Yes, we have multiple Lego displays coming this year, one from Alberta and a couple from here in Saskatchewan as well.
And in the past, you've talked about the family-oriented nature of this particular hobby, and I know you and your family have been very involved as a group.
That's correct. My grandfather got me into it many years ago, and now my son participates, and the 3 of us will be at the show this weekend.
Well, there's 2 different scenes, and Del, I understand that you are one of the people behind these winter scenes because you wanted to change things up.
That's correct. Everything we do tends to be in green, and I wanted to try something a little different. It's a little more of a challenge to do all white.
I bet it is. And again, how many years have you been involved in this hobby?
About 45 to 50.
All right, so you started when you were 3.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
What's more of a challenge, laying down the tracks or coming up with the landscape?
Well, they're both pretty equal for complicated putting track down. Sometimes you don't get it straight like you want it to, and your landscaping, sometimes you can make it too green or too yellow, or the trees don't look right on it. It's all pretty challenging, both of them, but if you keep practicing, you'll get it right.
It's always a great event. Craig, for those people who want more information, how do they get that?
You can find us on our Facebook page, All Aboard Model Train Show. There's all the information there of who's attending, as well as the show hours and so forth.
All right, it's going to be a great show. Thanks again.
Thank you, Jeff.
Let's get to your news. February is Indigenous Storytelling Month. Elders have been invited to schools in Regina, from elementary to high school to even post-secondary institutions like the U of R. That's where Damian Smith took in a session.
These pieces of paper are important for storyteller Calvin Reset. In fact, he's got 30 stories tucked away, ready to be told.
Some of them are things that I grew up believing, but I know simply can't be true.
As a former teacher, Reset has always had a passion for education and life lessons. He picked up storytelling around 5 years ago, speaking to mostly elementary and high school students in southern Saskatchewan. When he brainstormed his first story, he says his older sister, also an elementary teacher, gave him some great advice.
She gave me lots of tips on how to entertain those little guys, and you got to change stories every 10 minutes, and you got to do different stuff. That's why I would incorporate a little dancing or a little actions into it, and tease them a little bit and get them involved.
University of Regina's Indigenous Engagement Associate Vice President Laurie Campbell has known Reset for about 30 years.
As a Cree Métis person, he's somebody that I've met and known in the community as a leader, as a storyteller, as somebody who's inspirational, who, is somebody that I learn about who I am.
These stories are life lessons, especially for children, such as being home before dark, or else the Rougarou will get you.
But a lot of them are to teach lessons, and he spoke about the Rougarou, and the stories of the Rougarou are really, the stories about how to keep children, well behaved, and to make sure, like you said, that they're home before dark, because they don't have the Rougarou to get them.
A retiree of 9 years, Reset has traveled to about 30 schools across the province, and he says the young ones keep him going.
Little kids are they're honest. Like, you treat them good and they'll treat you good. Kids are honest, and I really just enjoy it. They keep me young. I have grandkids, and just part of who I am.
Damian Smith, CTV News, Regina.
Students from Treaty 4 gathered in LeBret to present their science projects in the hopes of making it to a national STEM competition in Edmonton. Virginia DeClute reports.
Lemon-powered batteries, analysis of the solar system, cloud seeding, and many other interesting projects and concepts were on display at a science fair in LeBret on Wednesday.
I'm presenting a science fair project on cloud seeding.
What is cloud seeding?
Cloud seeding is increasing the likelihood of precipitation using compounds like silver iodide, potassium iodide, or even dry ice.
More than 100 students participated, with 88 projects in the event organized by the File Hill Capel Tribal Council.
They're going to ask themselves, what do I enjoy learning about? What do I find interesting? What kind of questions do I have about the world? And then so they ask themselves that question, they come up with a hypothesis, and then they do the scientific method from there.
When the students weren't presenting, they enjoyed exciting breakout activities.
We have moose meat making over the fire and bannock making over the fire. We have archery happening, so like the physics of archery. And then we have EYES came, and they're doing some robotics. There's some fish frying happening over there in the rink. There's a whole whack of amazing activities for them to do, and they're all tied to STEM.
Last year, Seraphine Bellegarde made it all the way to the national competition held in New Brunswick.
When I went was chaotic. I'm not a very social person, but I did make a couple friends that I'm still in contact with today.
Seraphine wants to become a doctor and says the experience at nationals helped her build people skills.
I used to be a very heavy introvert, so I didn't talk to a lot of people. Being and doing science fair, especially talking with judges and other contestants, it's really put me out of my comfort zone, which I think is really important to building those skills.
The organizer says she hopes this STEM event will help prepare students to meet the demands of tomorrow's job market. Frugina Declut, CTV News, LeBret.
The U Sports and Collegiate National Curling Championships begin next week in the Queen City. To tee it all up, here's Donovan Mace.
The University of Regina Cougars men's and women's curling teams are hopeful home ice is the key to a national championship.
The fact that we're hosting at the Cali makes us all feel pretty comfortable. Like, this is our home club. We practice here all the time, and sure, there could be like added pressure.
We all have national experience, so hopefully the first national jitters is not a part of our team and we're able to just push through.
It's a different feel for the Cougars leading into this year's Bonspiel, as in 2025 the U of R swept the Canada West Championships to earn their positions at nationals. But this year the men dropped their semi-final draw to Alberta.
That was our first time like really as a team playing in an event, but to go 7-1 and then lose the semi-final, but I feel like in a way we earned our way to get here.
While the women fell short in the gold medal game, also to the U of A.
Last year when we won it, both teams won. We got asked, are you guys the new U of A? And we said, hopefully we can keep it going and get as many championships as they do because they're such an successful team.
Now, being this year's national hosts is a different type of target on their backs.
Like, we have home court advantage technically, so getting to know the rocks beforehand and everything, it's just, we do have an advantage.
Hopeful familiarity and a hometown crowd equals success.
At the end, like, we're just playing games at the Cali. It's us same four idiots that are going to be out on the ice. Like, this is a week that we're going to look back on. So it's not too many times you get to play in a home national.
The 2026 U Sports and Canadian Collegiate Curling Championships run February 17th through the 21st at the Cali Curling Club, with Regina's team starting their schedules on Tuesday night. Donovan May, CTV News, Regina.
Well, it sounds like something out of It's a Wonderful Life, a place where neighbors actually look out for one another. But this isn't fiction. This is the California desert, a new neighborhood rising with a rule that comes before the mortgage. You must promise to be kind. No fine print, just decency. Some are calling it the kindest neighborhood in all of America. Here's Alex Stone.
In a time when many neighbors barely know each other and some avoid one another altogether.
Hi, how are you?
A new community in California is asking future homeowners to agree to something simple and rare: kindness. Welcome to Silverwood, California's newest neighborhood. It's more like a town being built. 15,000 homes, multiple clubhouses, town centers, schools, shops, and restaurants, all going up like a mirage in the desert. But before anyone moves in, there is one requirement.
The rules to move in here, you gotta be kind. Don't be a jerk, right? That is correct. What does that mean? Well, it means that you're going to respect your neighbors. You're going to understand differences of opinion.
John Ohanian is leading the project, and he's the one who came up with the idea to have buyers sign a pledge to be kind before they get the keys. Not a legal contract, a personal one.
How do you feel? How is it?
Peaceful.
Clarissa and Tracy Smith, mother and daughter, are among the first to move in, along with Clarissa's 3 children.
It's respect for your neighbor. It is being thoughtful.
That can mean taking in their neighbors' trash cans or having the family next door over for dinner. Both women are widows, and they say they wanted a neighborhood with a true sense of community.
I don't have to wake up and think, oh, I should probably be nice today. And no, I get up with a smile on my face.
All this building going on, 225 homes have already been built here, but this project is going to go for 20 more years, all with the promise of kindness.
When Kathy and Brandon Dill bought their new home at Silverwood, they weren't sure what to think.
I had a little bit of what's going on here?
But now with their 9-month-old son and another baby on the way, they're all in on the promise.
We want to be able to raise our child in a kind community where everybody knows everybody and is kind to everybody.
And if somebody does have a bad day, Ohanian says that's okay too.
But you create an aspiration, and if everybody is acting in that manner, I think you're going to get kindness back.
In Silverwood, it's not the houses that make the neighborhood, it's the people and the promise they keep to one another. Alex Stone, ABC News, Hesperia, California.
Am I crazy, or why do I love that?
I was just thinking the same thing, but actually I was reminiscing during that story because I grew up on a cul-de-sac in Alberta, and all of my neighbors, we all knew each other. We were all kind to each other. The block parties were legendary. It just kind of took me back a bit.
John Ryan lived on a cul-de-sac in Seattle when he was playing there, and they called it Championship Avenue because it was him. He won a Super Bowl. It was somebody who won a World Series of Poker bracelet, and then there was somebody from the hockey team and somebody from the basketball team. This was way back when they still had basketball. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That kind of success on one neighborhood.
On one street.
And they don't have any snow, they have rain.
Yeah, well, we're talking about a little bit of precipitation in the forecast today for some parts of the province. Mainly, we're talking about it coming for our Valentine's Day. I'll show you where in just a moment. Let's turn our attention over to this morning view. It's brought to you by Affinity Wealth Management. We know investing. -7 right now to wake us up in Regina. Just a few clouds to start the day, and some southeast winds coming in at 13 kilometers per hour. In Saskatoon, again, seeing just a few clouds that have moved into the area. We're at -10 right now, and west winds at 6 kilometers per hour. So we were just talking about the precipitation. Where is it going to be falling? Well, it's going right over top of areas around Prince Albert for the early afternoon. By the later parts of the afternoon, we'll see that pushing off into Manitoba. And then we're talking about the cloud cover increasing quite significantly for our Saturday. As you can see, all of those white spots, the little speckles that you can see, that is the very broken up system of some flurries on the way for Saturday. This is in the morning. It's actually into the later parts of the afternoon and the evening that we start to see things expanding, and we could be seeing some rain in areas around Regina. Mainly going to be seeing some flurries though east of Prince Albert. Current temperatures now, we're seeing some pretty nice temperatures to start the day. They're very mild right now, 1 degree for La Ronge, so we have started to pop into those positive temperatures for some places in the province. -12 in Prince Albert, -12 in Hudson Bay, and -3 in Spiritwood. Down towards the south, not quite seeing those positive temperatures yet. We did see Maple Creek reaching into those positive temperatures, but it has been fluctuating a bit. -3 in East End right now, -5 currently in Moose Jaw, -6 in Weyburn, and -11 in Yorkton. Today's forecast into the afternoon seeming pretty similar to what we have been seeing in the past couple days, meaning a mix of sun and clouds, some very nice temperatures down towards the south, and very low, calm wind speeds this afternoon. 6 degrees for Swift Current, 7 degrees for Moose Jaw, 7 degrees for Weyburn and Estevan as well, -1 for Yorkton. That's slightly below where we were yesterday. 2 degrees for Prince Albert and the Battlefords, -1 for Saskatoon, and 4 degrees expected for Regina. Moving on into your Valentine's Day, we're talking about a nice positive temperature of 2 degrees, although we are falling slightly. Mainly cloudy throughout the afternoon, and it's into the later parts of the evening. We have a chance of seeing some very light precipitation, 1 degree for Sunday, and then some more flurries on the way starting on Monday. In Saskatoon, 0 degrees tomorrow for your Valentine's Day. Not really expecting to see that precipitation there. -1 on Sunday, -10 on Monday, and then some more flurries on the way starting on Tuesday.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and you might be looking for a perfect way to show someone special a little extra love. Jody Robson is with me this morning to talk all about chocolate, because nothing says love quite like homemade treats. Good morning, Jody. Thank you for being here.
Morning, Janelle. Thank you for inviting me.
Let's talk about our first delicious treat here in front of us.
So, like you said, nothing says love like a homemade baked from the heart treat. So today I brought in one of the things that I like to say I love you with, and that's a chocolate cake. You can't go wrong with a chocolate cake, especially on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Well, it looks divine. How did you make this?
So I love the simplicity of baking the chocolate cake because it comes together in about 20 minutes. It is so easy to make with household staples. And I do make this cake with canola oil instead of butter. So typically, a lot of people say bake with butter. I love butter, but it is very pricey right now. And canola oil is a cost-effective, simple replacement. So for half a cup of butter, you'll use a 1/3 cup of canola oil. And it just creates this very velvety, rich, dense cake. It's very decadent.
It looks divine. Now, canola oil was used for this cake. Tell me a little bit about these treats that you've got with us.
So I also brought some chocolate chip brownie cookies. Now, don't get scared. Everybody says, oh, brownies, it's full of fat, it's heavy, it's not healthy. Okay.
if I'm baking from the heart, I'm trying to make it good for the heart as well. So again, I use canola oil instead of butter in these. They're still moist and chewy and absolutely delicious. Sorry, I'm going to set this one off to the side because I've now touched it. With the canola oil replacement, you know it's going to be healthy. You have low saturated fats, zero trans fats, high in omega-3s, and it's a versatile oil. It has no extra flavor. It's not a depth-rich flavor, so it really lets the chocolate shine through here.
Absolutely. Well, looks wonderful. We do have some plates in front of us here for a taste test. Should we do that?
Of course, you have to share the love and you have to taste. Awesome. So,
okay. Well, this looks delicious.
Oh, thank you. I hope that you enjoy it.
Let's take it for a test. That's very, very good, Jody.
Thank you.
Wonderful job.
All right, let's track down Janelle Lippi once more. She is out at the Real District for Regina's Frost Festival.
Good morning. We have made our way inside the Sports Cage Lounge, and I've got Mayor Chad Baczynski with me. Now, Chad, we've got some chicken in our hand here, and right beside us is a beautiful display of some of the food that you can get right here at Frost. Should we try our chicken tenders?
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. 10 out of 10 for the taste test, I'd say.
Amazing. Absolutely. Yeah, so good.
All right. What are you most excited to try here for food down at Frost for weekend 2?
Well, given my background, I'm definitely looking forward to the pierogies. So that's the one for me for sure.
Absolutely. Well, you can't go wrong with any of this. It looks beautiful. Now, down here at the Sports Cage Lounge, you don't just get food. You can also try some of the activities in here.
Absolutely. There's everything from curling to a crazy snowboard apparatus that you got to try, massive bouncy castle outside on the field, and they've actually got the Olympics playing out there, so you can keep up with it, because I know in my household it's been streaming nonstop, so you won't miss a thing by coming down here.
That's right. You can get two things done at once, watch those Olympics and enjoy your time here. Now, Chad, what are you most looking forward to?
I think just coming down, checking out all the activities, and seeing everybody coming down and enjoying the events and all the activities together, so it should be a great time, and I encourage everybody to come out and check it out.
All right. Well, a great way to get people together. Once again, this is down at the Sports Cage Lounge. You can try some of this delicious food and have a lot of fun with these activities.
I wouldn't die for an insurance company. Get in. There's water in the trunk.
As superheroes Thor and the Hulk, Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo have co-starred in multiple Marvel movies together. But in the new movie, Crime 101, the two switch things up. Hemsworth is a jewel thief, and Ruffalo is the detective who pursues him.
It's quite lovely to step into completely different shoes, but quite uncomfortable too, because it's like acting in front of a family member. You know they know your tricks, and now you're doing something very different, and so it was quite unsettling.
Jimi Hendrix was from Seattle, but New York City is honoring him later this month. On February 24th, West 8th Street in Manhattan's Greenwich Village, where Hendrix's legendary Electric Lady Studios is located, will be co-named Jimi Hendrix Way. And happy birthday to two-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Peter Gabriel. He turned 76 today. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
On February 22nd, the historic Verona Arena will host the closing ceremonies at the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. But that city is also known as the City of Love, and it has another attraction.
That's right. Countless people come to Verona every year to visit Juliet's balcony, linked to the story of Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare.
But did you know that thousands of people still write letters to Juliet? Claudio Lavegna reports.
That's right.
For almost 2,000 years, Verona's arena has wowed audiences through the ages. The ancient Romans used it to host games like gladiator battles. These days, it's a venue for concerts and opera. But in February, this amphitheater will be used for a different kind of spectacle, the closing ceremony of the Winter Olympics. And there is no better place for athletes from around the world to celebrate their passion for their sport. Because Verona is also the city of love, home to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Countless people come to Verona every year to visit Juliet's balcony, but did you know that thousands more from around the world write letters addressed to Juliet looking for love advice? The story even inspired a Hollywood movie.
There is a place where the heartbroken leave notes, asking Juliet for her help.
So we asked some athletes in Team USA to write a love letter for their sports and the Olympics. Freestyle skier Jaylin Koff.
Dear Juliet, I fell in love with mogul skiing chasing my family down the hill.
And real-life Romeo and Juliet, Madison Chock and Evan Bates, a couple on and off the ice.
Dear Juliet, I fell in love with skating when I was a young boy.
Dear Juliet, falling in love with skating led me to find the love of my life.
The letters addressed to Juliet arrive here at the Juliet Club, steps away from the balcony, where volunteers read them and reply as if they were Juliet.
Hi, I have a special delivery from Team USA.
Dear Juliet, falling in love with skating led me to find the love of my life. I feel so blessed to have found two great loves in my life. Your love story with Romeo has inspired lovers all around the world and will be remembered forever. I hope ours will be too.
Modern-day Juliets will now reply to each one of the athletes, wishing them all the best for their lives, love, and of course, the Olympics. Claudio Lavanga, NBC News, Verona.
That is so cool that they reply.
Yeah, they reply, and I really do like the movie Letters to Juliet, so that's going to be my Friday movie tonight.
There you go. We can get on FaceTime. We can all watch it together, JD. How about that?
Oh, boy, that sounds wonderful. I'm not sure I would ask Romeo or Juliet for love advice.
No.
I don't think how they ended up is the way, you know?
It didn't really end well.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. Let's get to our sidebar. Janelle has been down at Frost all morning long, and I told her she can't come back here if they don't go in that bouncy house. So Ashley put down her regular camera, picked up her iPhone, and gave us this joy.
Excellent.
Don't use me to get up and cheat.
The way in which they're accusing each other.
Yeah, you're cheating. Have you two been on a bouncy castle like this as an adult?
I was on one, they had it over at the Casino Regina a few years back. Phil Darlington was still our weather presenter. He was a 6'5" guy. Kicked me in the head trying to go over one of these things.
Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't go well for me.
I mean, I was going to say, they're kind of hard to navigate. You burn a lot of calories on these.
Sure do.
Yes. They are an incredible aerobic workout.
I like Tim Day just laughing his butt off at us. Here's a look at some of the fine folks who make this show possible.